I and then you will normally be breaker. Oh, I know my you be young wabubo no. Maybe electoral commission in terms of voters registration. Na PPP. So, omo new national chairman. Also, wakan some kakra na you be di wabubo. You be say the normal achievement of MPP. NDC so Sami Jemfiso make a lot of statements in idea you can want some kakra. Then you Mr. Kwaku Bimpe. Oye Deputy Director of Communication for NPP. Kwaku, welcome.
That's good.
Now say there you who watch it. Last week no bisu or train or had in the
But you man Dawson and the Pan Dawson in the do ayana. Why division of labor?
Yes.
And then penny fucker see me and was my banner to Bombi. Because I can't use a midnight debate on radio, but we haven't met in person before. I'm quite honored to be here today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now radio the move Ubia on different remote.
So yeah, no in shower studio we call in.
Oh, okay. And yeah, and on your left, you know, Mr. Kate Yosin. We chairman for PPP UK. Now, Mr. Yosin, welcome.
It's my pleasure.
And we will be talking about Nana Ofori Owusu Nasem, and also why I draw some a few articles behind Beckham once Bakra. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And you were on my right, you were Mr. Owusu Echao. Deputy Communication Officer for NDC UK and Ireland. Also,
Zakula.
Also, say who watch you?
So I'm saying. You man endorse into na your team no so no SMO be baby na over experience TV programs in the political program tina. And it's na who me acha but say the ewura campaign season meeting no better who na every preach the gospel according to NDC.
Na kwaku ye do be shase and as time goes on Mr. Nana Ofori Owusu so ebe ka bi kakra. Na Nana Ofori Owusu say the newly elected national chairman of the Progressive People Party, Nana Ofori Owusu, has said the PPP is the only party that has a true agenda of change to transform the fortunes of the country. According to Mr. Nana Ofori Owusu, Ghanaians need selfless leaders who wish to serve and not to serve, he declared. Now, after he believes in the Progressive People way of thinking. They are pragmatics. Ghanaians want food to eat. This is what he's saying. Ghana for Pedianiadi, they want food to eat. They want homes to live in, good health and safe roads, and they want the best of education for their children, and they also want good jobs. He said. Now, the attract one say. After the overthrow of Dr. Nkrumah, successive governments have been interested not in changing how government is run, but to take over the duties of their white masters. He said, "Enti ama nipa ni bebre question say where in the analysis now why? So what is your views about PPP's chairman, Mr. Nana Ofori Owusu statement that successive governments have been interested not in changing how government is run, but to take over the duties of their white masters?" I think it's a big statement, and he's also making this because over time in independence 1957, then he's talking about Nkrumah after Nkrumah. No. So it comes a number of presidents, including J.J. Rawlings, including Kufuor, including Atta Mills, including Mahama, and now Nana Addo. Now his statement, a very big statement. And what is your views about his statement now?
Thank you so much. Say right and fit and say Mabetra Hida na some chairman penny kakra. Into Medica MPP UK chairman, I'm chairman Kwakun Kansa. And then executives, colleagues, the whole entire MPP UK membership. Tafe MPP Luton, so the chairman, Chairman Peters, and any of the executives of Luton, no, it should be Kofi's a big statements now, of course, chairman is entitled to his own views, and as guaranteed in a democracy, a bit me can but a lot of the times, people just speak from a point of pain, and sometimes when emotions are captured within conversations, I'm already forget it. Say bibi dahwa, and I say she be why I say a faso edibu mine. I've always said so, no a policy. And to be here and some more so we compare a democracy in our first, second, third, and now in fourth republic. From my point of view as an MPP representative, some of the points we're making, I will disagree with that, because I know for a sure, say, constitution, even the 1992 constitution, Ghana 14 as a choice in the crown, a detail, a quite inverse way the board mine. So, chapter 6, I've read the directive principles of state policy, and no check. So was obu man kwan be faso yes o man bia obi a betraso anase kuo bia political party bia any officer no ye ne opekeke and if you don't mind for the benefits of readers let me just read the first one or say the directive principles of state policy contained in this chapter shall guide all citizens, parliament, the president, judiciary, council of state, the cabinet, political parties and other bodies and persons in applying and interpreting this constitution or any other law in the making and implementation and policy decisions for the establishment of a free and just society. And as far as we are a democracy now, as far as you were elected into office, as far as you have to Obama, nature say you are by law bounded by these principles of state policy as follow.
But I don't say you failing or say his main the worry of his statement and he say or say successive government since the overthrow of the first president Dr. Trump have failed the country. And have they failed us?
Well, I understand where he's coming from by making that statement, because our governments we've had independence in Nkrumah 63 years now. We've had a number of governments compared to some other countries. I know independence at the same time. Even if you compare, maybe Malaysia is one example. So you compare Malaysia now, we're just a laughing stock, because Malaysia has been able to achieve astronomical, geometric economic growth. Ghana for you to me. But your problem back on, and this is why I agree with him on the failure part. So we've had interruptions within our leadership and our democracy. We've had these coup d'etats. Now, the first republic, saying it did 5-6 years. The second republic, another 3-4 years. The third republic was Lima and time, and he didn't even have a chance to make a coffee. And President Rawlings Street to the free. So we've not had that long period of democracy. Behind a bit me are committed to long-term goals. I bit me are minor. And so every time we have a change in government, either through the coup d'etats or a different political party taking over, sometimes the development is stalled, because why political party be about or the onwan komo onwan nyama and odeba. But in the last fourth republic, you say things are changing. So there is an office called the National Development Planning Commission, world presidency. Omo Juma is more planning for Ghana long term and the short term. And I think that last episode, Mr. Yosen can say we don't have a long term plan. Ghana, and correct me if I'm wrong. We do have a long term plan. It's a 100-year plan. It's been in existence for a while, but it's been polished up a bit. So we've had the poverty reduction strategies 1 and 2. We have the growth shared agenda. I know we're in 2017, and on my fraud, 4-10 years for the next 40 years at least. There is a plan. I a detailed it was a bino.
But who compare all our presidents? Who would you describe as the best of all, or who would you consider as the worst in terms of the management of our economy and why we are where we are?
The president be take over under different circumstances. Yeah, you soldier for frame because the soldier time, it's one of the darkest histories or part of our history. It's the soldier for frame, but the case is soldier for frame because probably PNDC and NDC linked. Ex-President Rawlings time the ABA the back home because no one will never from me PNDC. And Nkrumah inherited Ghana from Abrofo with probably no debt, a lot of money. And he had his own vision of how Ghana should be and how Ghana must develop. And to Nkrumah time, there was an acceleration of education, there was an explosion of school building. There was an economy was growing. There was an implosion of the use of technology, and our factories were built left, right, and center. Unfortunately, by the time our ex-president Rawlings take over, by the time of Free So 92, no, a lot of these factories had collapsed, during that 80s period, no, in fact, that was when, if you look at the evidence, this is when our Ghana economic growth was very, very slow. So that point, it was even negative in the 70s, in the late 70s. Apart from that, in the Fourth Republic, they say compare records on economic growth. I think, say, ex-president Mahama, we can confidently say, during a time, despite all the resources he had, I think so when Jamaican grew economy, and so economic argument,
Mama,
I will say, in the Fourth Republic, Mama circumstances.
Yes.
We look at President Nkrumah time, the circumstances, and in my sound, and Buzi and Limam, they didn't really have time. And we can't even count it because in any democracy, in any journey, see, 40, 50 years of continuous positive growth and governance, we will not reach where we are. And all that was interrupted with ex-president Rawlings. And here compare Fourth Republic, where we've had a number of successive political and government changes. And within this Fourth Republic, I say, ex-president Mahama time, one which on record is we had continuous decline in economic growth. In fact, year on, whilst I'm not borrowing ECOSO, and I've got all the figures here, and at the right time I'll go through them. So for me, I think, looking at the continuous political successions, ex-president Mahama time, just before Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, EBD, would have been one of the lowest points in terms of, say, your economy. Of course, your destinies in Yano are linked to the economic growth.
Thank you.
And if you let me make this point, within that same document I make, Soko 36, it talks about the economy. See, a jitum say, ye impossible numa, ya huan di numa, ye sikasem, ye dreadisem, and the determine ye brabo fear. Clearly, as written in the principles of directive principle of state policy, or see the state shall take all necessary action to ensure that the national economy is managed in such a manner as to maximize the rate of economic development. And to secure the maximum welfare, freedom, and happiness of every person in Ghana, and to provide adequate means of livelihood and suitable employment in public assistance to the needy.
Thank you.
See a compare statement here. I'm very confident I've got more information to share later on. So ex-president Mahama would have been one of the lowest points.
Where the Mr. Uzo Chawati Nina?
Secretary Martin,
Mr. Repeater, now you're okay.
Me okay with the question. Yeah, Mr. Kula, we kai brother Bimpe, the document or quote about freedom and welfare and happiness. And on one kasana buying, so on one they are happy and go for buying. You know, people chairman and now soon.
Look at when you say,
oh, in Saturday inquiry, when you say you go for banks. To me, certain examples about PPP chairman. The statement say more because we're talking about food, good job, and people need homes. And some people being they will need good job and food and home. The cool like I said, on one casa party, I've said from the Mufla Bearer, Pacos Indium, because no bank, GM banks, and the year NDC, what was happening? Because open branches. But MPP buying a good banks, a good banks.
I say I had a very important also. Or say, after the overthrow of Dr. Nkrumah, successive governments have been interested not in changing how government is run, but to take over the duties of their white masters.
Yes, it's a very good statement. And then because because of say so Kayan says since after Nkrumah, as a Kwame Nkrumah, all declare independence or can simply say a two mra say Nipatuntum, in the Ankasatimi Shire home, in Niane, what I say, you were talking about domestication. To work it is hard no kind of but after Nkrumah, your draw budget to be a budget a bedroom piano. Yama abafo, a boom, a boy, a budget. And so I say, Zakula, all this issue I could be and the crest other government in and say, Obano drawn budget here. It means there are some hand be. Me who have seen narrative your hand be alive and say foreign input about IMF World Bank. It is all person who draw BBR, then IMF and World Bank will control your economy.
But my question is or say Ghanaians want food to eat, homes to live in, good health and safer roads. And Ghanaians want the best of education for their children, and they want good jobs. We hear successive government from Nkrumah. Have this not been achieved?
Betimaka say, Wintimaka say 100%. You ain't because as I know, can say, secular, your deficit about housing, and idea we are gonna need any more dance here. And it's now baby was so that's what possible for your house here. Different governments and what was people need food, people need job, maybe on Monday on to get to. I buy a Wabas say, what cast a maybe no more campaign, even some carry for come musica. Did you music come to about Ghana cities be 50 and 100 Ghana cities same for more? I want crash almost say, almost say about power. If we basic hostess, among Sakula after 3 years, you almost be and you know all these issues make Kenya say, a baby here say, one casa umaya, ubuno, ni pay woman, and was so to me, Buana Muna baby shelter, food set up panecano, and it seems say, the intimate you in the pay, you knew 100%, but so would the input be a 2 more. The could it me Wama who are buying and Crofua. Like it be a private sector no who body input like who boa private sector no so that na make am say park was indium because of say abami born man in private sector the bank no here adwuma no or employing crofo no people get food to put in their table people get shelter maybe obedi eduno obedi private sector because abami boa no
but I say no money sa no man
oh Mr. Kula. As I know, because I say, because over 100 and something branches here. Say every branch be Kuta 10 staff for 10 staff.
Or 300 branches.
Thank you.
300. The whole Ghana.
Branches across the country. It's 300 branches. No. So 10 staff for multiply. Damn, go form we had more 300. They give salary.
So comparing all our presidents since Nkrumah, who would you describe as the best of all? And who would you describe as the worst based on management of our economy as a country? I mean, we are talking about from Ayi Banyan. Who would you describe?
What I would say
as the best, and then who would you say with the
what I would
worst
say
is management of the economy?
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was the first ever president. When it comes to
no say after Nkrumah no Obiya ye. Omo maka no na maybe say who is?
But me born Nkrumah din. It's after Nkrumah, no say NDC by from the military to Fourth Republic. Rollins Biotis, Rollins baby, wa me ni na Kufuor Betoa so atames. But when it comes to your free be infrastructure, I know the bed be free be service job because of say put up infrastructure, a create service job. Service job no say bia you create railway lines, you see schools. Who see schools now? Sa schools no my employment any service job no. To me like I said the best ever president of Ghana here, John Dramani Mahama, when it comes to infrastructure. Because you can't, Mr. Kula, Okakotka International Airport. You see, you know, a creative jobs. Airlines bar, Umberlandia, they will pay taxes. Ebi umber for aviation fuel. Every Ghana money in Yeska. If you have to take port expansion. All these issues, all this expansion, you never bore my. It is I mean, when I see, you see, airport, not so better one. One customer is a cooler out, you know, say. People have lost job under this government.
So when you are saying is that when it comes to Ghanaians, when they want food to eat, mama na best on it, homes to live, mama, good health. Is that what you are saying?
Go to
the best of education.
Yes, it's
in terms of management of education, in terms of looking after their children and the children, youth getting jobs.
The best. Go to Saglimi. Thousands of flats. You see what attaching I say. Or acquisition under 3 years in me and computing dino. Yes, I can say I'm a military and security service. I'm a Ghana for any baby other. And then, Minuka sorry, Mr. Kula. This Saglumi issues no estate no. The baby I just see no. Education sector, for e-blocks. For Nema John the money mama SCC e-blocks. E-blocks net me abuane ye implement free secondary school and we acquire red gold green. I who the air win. It's yes, I'm say when it comes to economy, education, energy, financial sector, John Dramani Mama Osokuma MPP aban say mo mra mbetos ma o man NDA.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kirsten.
Yes, Mr. Kula.
Mr. Kit Yosin. Sorry, Mr. Kit Yosin, what you need now? And this is coming from your party, you know. I mean, who your party chairman in the UK here, and your national party chairman, and all kind. Then the way OC describe the situation, you know, I think say other political parties like the MPP, NDC, and other parties, you know, will be asking questions. Say, why is he saying this? You know. So, what is your views about what he is saying, and what makes him say this thing? Although you're never kasa.
Me don't say. Mr. Medicaid chair members in across the world. I mean, the Progressive People's Party members. Me chair, me painful Dr. Papa Kusindom, and especially Nana Ufuri Owusu, our new chairman. And someone I do agree with him. I've written several articles. Even my latest one is captured in the statement. Nana Ufuri Owusu, that two board no. You can see that. So, I think it's also captured. That idea is captured inside there. What I believe is that Ghana, we are a very little country compared to the natural resources. We are a small country. Now, God has blessed us with so many of these things. But what we have succeeded in doing is that everybody else must live in Accra. And the Wufi Bimbila, Wufi Hina, or so but Tinkan. We sit down crowd, so we see one can, we see smaller one or your village. Come and be your main house in Accra because Accra is the place, the show. That's what you see. Accra land is suffering. We are not even doing justice to the people. I lived part of my life in Accra. In those days, come on, we're peace and quiet. And then people don't cry. It's not their fault. Or your gross mismanagement. Total mismanagement across the country. That's why everybody else must come to live in Accra, where the activity is. And this happens, who call Central Region where now it's empty. Cape Coast cry a village. From point of view of a Juma Kwade, Cape Coast cry a village. The whole Central Region and all that. Papa Kusindom will lift up Elmina. The business is but go to other places, the whole Central Region. Go to Ashanti region. No, Kumasi is a busy city. But go to the smaller villages around Kumasi. No, sir. Go to the Upper East, Upper West, and all that. We want somebody that will come and change this dynamic. Because Nigeria Fukra, they copied Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah came to do something called.
If Nigerians are copying Ghana, then the successive governments have done well.
One copy Ghana from what we do. When Nkrumah came, he introduced a place called Tema. Most people don't know the history of Tema. Tema is a grassland. Kwame Nkrumah created that model township called Tema. This is not a Waya Bazaar, but it was the cleanest city in West Africa at that time. You know, this is what we want to see. About 10 governments have come in, or 10 heads of state have come after Nkrumah. We want to see these people. Maybe we tackle Upper East, now YBB, Upper West YBB, Northern Region YBB. Go look at a big place like Sunyani, Ashanti region, Volta region. They don't even mention. There's almost no life there. But we don't want to see that. If we are driving to Togo, you see beautiful place like Volta region. There's no serious life there. Poor souls are there. But now what Nana Owusu is talking about, in fact,
what you saying the people want food to eat. Are they not eating? Are the people not eating? Are we not eating in Ghana? They want homes to live. Are people homeless or they struggling to maintain a home? They want better education. Are they not getting that?
We are not getting that better.
They said they want the people want jobs. You know, they want jobs. Are they not getting that? This is, you know, our viewers want to hear.
Yeah, we are not getting all these things. We are not getting the jobs there.
And then we are also following up on the footsteps of our colonial masters. And there is no, the Ghanaians are not seeing the change from since Nkrumah
Yes, because questions address but it's a mature 2 books about this. But to answer is simply when we had the independence, come and make
whichever
good, which is good. Now, questions is no the bram no. But I tell you what. To make it very easy for myself and all of us and our listeners know. What I would say is that when Nkrumah came in, the independence said a black man is capable of running his own affairs, and it is true. It's just like families. We run our own homes, our own husbands and wives and families. We run. So why can't we extend it out? That's what Nkrumah meant. We are capable of running our own affairs, which is true. But we have, at the moment, we have made ourselves incapable of running our own affairs. See, we have fought for independence from Britain. We are still relying on them, not just on us, the black race. But Ghana, we started. Nkrumah started in a grand style. Okreti tema. Nigeria Fusu later on, so God knows how many 20 years later or 30 years, Nigeria created a place called Abuja. These are some of the things we want to see in Ghana. But this time we should have had at least one tema in now 16 regions. Ghana will be a great place. We are selling. This is selling economy, Ghana. It's a selling economy. Once upon a time, I was in Cape Coast, not too long ago. I mean, it's about 3 years ago. Then I saw some people. We need Kotokraba market. There's some people that corridors. Then one day I took it upon myself to ask them that now move for him. What they sell is second-hand goods. Trainers, Fantifusi will bring you. That's what now move for him. Also, if you are Ashanti region, no for Cape Coast. This is an example I'm giving to you. Monday morning, they go to Cape Coast. Friday, by this time, they go back to their homes. So, because they do not rent places to sleep, they sleep rough. They sleep in front of shops, even though they pay a bit of rent.
So, who would you describe as the best, and who would you describe from that time as the worst of all?
To be honest with you, the best. It's obviously Nkrumah who started it all. I would say the rest of them are worse, equally worse, because there's a blue, clear water between them, all the parties together, both parties, and Progressive People's Party. There's a clear blue water between us and them, because in Eastern Ukraine, very confrontational. We want to confront the problems head on. Solution. We are looking for solutions. The blames, is to be quite honest with you, on both sides. About corruption, the same. Who call NDC Obenye BB? It's a case. Who back this size Obenye PND? I'm sorry, PDS scandal. Obenye Airbus and dread ship. If you call honest with you about corruption, competition, you be left and right and all that. So even though perfection is not an attribute of mankind, but the way things have gone, we need to change direction. We want the Ghanaians. What I want to vote for that direction to be changed. Otherwise, they say if you go to, excuse me, a villager, I mean, a place that is so much deprivation, they don't know anything. Or say NDC ni and say MPP ni open be our village or na town hall over 50 cities and 500 cities. That's what our people are expecting. We know, but we want to change that type of dynamic. It's a big one. It will be very unfair. It's difficult even to say this and that because NDC, MPP, track records are the same, except that there's a difference in the name. Apart from the name, to be quite honest with you.
You try. Why? Hopefully, but yes, we are not getting him now. But another question. Okay. And that's what I will land the answer.
Yes, it will be some questions. I'm ready for it, please.
Aye. You kind of say, Odiniho Akusia Fima Jabin, the second, the paramount queen of Doma, traditional area in the Bono region. We praise Nanado government for the high level of development in the Doma municipality.
Meaning
And,
Doma in Crow, it's a
Yeah.
lovely place, a very powerful place.
That's it.
I know that.
You kind of say, or say we should give Nana Addo a chance to finish his vision. If he has a vision, and there is a number of work to continue the progress or she highlighted some of the achievements of the government in the area and underlined the need for the people to vote and retain the president in the election for 2020 for the continuous progress and in the Doma man and in the supreme interest of the nation. But Nivu, is also supported by the paramount chief of Inyabo traditional area. Also call for Ghanaians to give President Nana Addo another term to implement his vision for the country. Now, even almost congratulating for a number of the work. What is your view in terms of what they are saying that yes, that we should give Nana Addo a chance to implement his vision for the country?
Yeah.
Are you in agreement with what they are saying?
In fact, I'm in total disagreement in the sense that growing up, I got to learn. I was trained, say, Ahenfo should not get involved with politics. Say, Nana Aheno, Asawakan, yes, a woman, Nesu, Ushema, was a sebi. And Yawomi now, or Doma grown area one. One quiet MPP before, and that's a woman here in this. Coffee baby womb. So, and to be fair, we are here. Also, you have overall. So we are statement to be because hey, you are MPP. Every call MPP. Every call he doesn't vote MPP. Or can create from the point of view of what he has seen. As someone can on your body. But it looks as if I don't think there's that much development in that area. Yes, sir. We will for the chief it doesn't mean the whole of Brong Ahafo region or the whole of that. So if that really come out of that region and to, let's say, nearest door neighbor is Ashanti region and Northern region, all that, fine. But if it just is saturated in one small area or town or village, it is not good enough to say on that basis, give him 10 or 20 more years and all that. Listen, what we want to do, that area and can say, promises are one that's fine. So promises now MPP are perfect promises. We will deliver in much more. Do you understand? I'm serious about it. I'm not joking. So to me, because I know that it's undeliverable promises. Oh, within 4 years, it's tough one. Do you understand? Because we just here NPP last time they were Ashanti region. They went to Ashanti region. They want to cut sword. So we see hospitals or rooms or beds now for that. And then that's 48 hours ago. So they have cut sword somewhere. I made a note about Eastern region. See that sword cutting, is it part of the manifesto? That's where the problem is. There's confusion. I don't say it cannot be implemented, but not just a vote. Unfortunately, I don't want to go there. I feel uncomfortable. Because I didn't lack of 4. I would say it will take 36 months to complete this. It will take 1 year to complete that. Kumasi, and I followed it. I commented about that it was not necessary. Take time, keep quiet, finish what is at hand before giving you promises. Time crying so for manifesto. So Nana that region and some work good to the ears, but in reality, what about other regions? On the basis of that, and if you are saying
so that 4 years now, almost another 4 years, to finish the work,
yes.
You are not in agreement with that.
You are in the interest of Ghana.
In the interest of Ghana.
No, it doesn't help us. Okay, somebody from us also from Tefle in the Volta region. What about us? I said, what about us?
Yeah.
Because we name Doma him, he's acting in good faith. no na wiase ye nipo nipo nyima sam kan nyima se kire which I say if you nim tefle and that flower no what say na you are all these things there then great so if not then we want to ask why not.
Okay,
so
thank you Edasi. Also view and say
yeah Mr. Kula say na Mr. I Katiose come was say when it comes to shortcut and carry boy and someone like for the because Ghana for my mandate of 4 years.
Yes.
I cast 6 months. Near Kotoba.
Yeah.
Dear na my. Dear for now for with my.
Within that 6 months.
Within that 6 months. So what she supposed to be say about 94 hospitals.
Yeah.
What me be? I got cut story about Koforidua Hospital. Until they can say Ohimanaka. But
so you are not in agreement of cutting sword, Abra, you know.
Oh, now look for the bar power 7 January 2017. What cut swords as the movie, Mr. Kula.
Share Kuba answer.
Share the mind could hold me more power.
But Ubet Market come baby cacao to Wakati soda. What fancy,
Mr. Kula. And near me costing you because me boss I never say. And near me costo. Now we ushetema a year cook or could be a one son of Juma. NDC, many shots and over twice. Or acknowledge saying a say GM about twice over by say tema interchange. When Timian come once and what I said, to put it myself and say, the mine crew, dear fellow here. Most of them are farmers. Who said the whole Ghana who pan on me and copa? Yeah, Muyan copa. And that JM, and that's all the mine crew, the homeowner, they are happy. Yeah, but I'm saying
happy with what is going on. Then they want it to.
Salt cutting.
So.
I can't say small.
You happy.
No, you go for that. Mr. Kula. Oh, nada. Oh, that is under JM. On say, only farmers, your cashew farmers or 1 bag near top, not like your tunnel.
A chief for say on Matiasi. Okay, say, Nanado ye. Dada, me patrol with me. I didn't know my cancer.
Oh, your dada Ghana for
how? Why?
So, Baba be a Juma. Oh, the first day, all sweat in your catcher say, so Pesicawa Bamua and a co private secretary no boy. A opposite PDS on one cassa for the presidency. We are Ghaniska under energy sector. Mammy call Mary D. One cassa we a campaign say and this year we are a ska through Mary D. Mr. Me boy. Oh, buy no one cassa America who was 15 good years and we are 800 million Ghana cedis. Okay, I was you was misled. President I was misled. It's not my fault. I was misled. It's GM fault. And I'm not aware. We are present now with animal number with my own money. With me, to make an say, the mine crew, and the man cause here, me. Tamana me what brown for. If we be a dynamic, a part of the mine crew, a village, a bank, every coast border. Mr. Kula, it could be a library or Hinan Kasabam, any former regional minister, Honorable Eric Opoku. It could be also a young Kanya, in here way, Mr. Kula, go and sit down yame. Give my NDCI or years, they will come, they will call and testify. Nipe Yanyama, cashew farmers here, Tamana, cashew nut, 1 bag, near your tongue, 870 Ghana cedis, and then I'm 250. And I go for the Cobram say, obey establish cashew board. What me aye? Yeah, time and I wouldn't say the whole Ghana, the man cried, deal omu pie a poultry farm. The time under IDEF. Yeah, my farmers need loan someone from more. So that be on with me a farm a Nkusia. The mine crew. It is all corner shortcut now or any boy about so I can't put anchor. President Biobako village baby and a community be a born abaso.
Thank you.
But a Juman for a Juman good form. My Ghana phones are we a Juman.
Because on for when he was saying,
a Juman, Mr. Kula. And I go for them, so they are true any video man. So
when NPP talk about NAPCO and youth employment and
youth employment, maybe order that. Maybe order that. It's NAPCO now can was a idea. Me my training college. Me we are SN community me automatic employment. Not no question NAPCO say me koji trano Ghana citizens. The Korawan ka be ode. Now would they in either die. Allow us either die.
What you mean?
Kofi that's it.
Does he deserve that 4 years?
Oh,
based on what?
Absolutely.
But then you also have heard what
I have made some notes now. Responding to
saying, and also what Owusu Ochan is saying.
Yes, I know. Now, if you're asking if Nana deserves another 4 years, absolutely. This is probably the only president about making promises with this. In fact, so we share promises umeki and sani yetu abamano. Ye almost about 78%. I mean, I've got the documents here.
Former 50%.
Saying
so makamu kakra say TFO mutie no. Ebe hu argument na who can say why ye mubi obi wo ha obusu wo hu so why ye mubi say ebi a one district one factory.
Matthias,
or one dam, one district.
Matthias,
can be.
I mean, responding after me make it I mean, say nyama nyosem ene entrocha anka Owusu Ochan Mr. Yo's argument sounds very pedestrian, to be honest. They're talking without any facts or any basics. Mr. Yos mentions obi etu kwamba krum. I don't know whether he expects urbanization. Of course, we ask him if he's not aware. It's a phenomenon which we cannot stop. People are allowed to travel from Ekurase to Krum to have a better life. It is all part of development. And maybe I'll point him to go and read Joseph Stiglitz' book on globalization. It talks about urbanization within globalization. We cannot stop it. We have to embrace it and make it better. He also mentioned something about Accra cleaner city, about being clean. But he's probably fully aware that one of the NADO's policies is to make a vision, is to make Accra one of the cleanest cities in Africa. As part of the developments of Ghana baby biano. As a policy response, or say the four development authorities. We have the Coastal Development Authority, we have the Middle, the Northern. I don't know responsible for development of Air Koso. It was our part of Ghana. We are moving on, but we're not leaving anyone behind. In addition to special initiatives, I know so any local assembly, local community juma. Maybe Mr. Yossi may not be aware, but this MPP Aban, headed by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has got a perfect policy response to problem now outlining here. When it comes to the chieftaincy rules, I'm surprised you don't want a chieftaincy to be part of politics. They are key stakeholders in Ghana's democracy. They are part of Ghana's journey to develop. So, in traditional rulers, no power, control a lot of the local communities. What Department of Chieftaincy Affairs, what Council of State are bringing all the chiefs together because they're also key stakeholders. If you take them out of the equation, you develop again, that will be something for Mr. Yosin to go and have a look at.
Yes,
now, just before.
Hold on, Mr. Owa. We will not going to be taking calls now. We will start taking calls maybe from 20 past 10, from 20 past or half past 10. Thank you. From half past 10. Thank you.
But just before I go on to manifesto, I just want to make a case for why JM has been the worst president and doesn't deserve any other term other things for the next or ever in the history of Ghana. I've got here a document, the agenda for jobs, creating prosperity and equal opportunities for all. The first 4 medium-term plan as part of the Ghana's long-term plan.
So what detail should not be voted back?
I don't think at all, nowhere near the Ghanaian presidency. In this particular document, it details right from 2000 to 2016, economic growth. Now, during JM time from 2012, from 14% growth in 2011 to 9.3 to 7.3 to 3.8, and by the time I gave you 2016, now you have 3.5% growth. That is the lowest growth for economy in 16 years. That happened in John Dramani Mahama. At the same time, na economy in cost no. So also infrastructure also sit down. Also sit down. Not overspending government expenditure. Sika na ewo health spending broso. So compare from 2002 to 2016 budget deficit. John Mahama time no were the worst case. In fact, in 2012 or spending 27.8% of GDP. Not revenue, 22.1% to overspending by God knows how many percent. The following year, 29.4%. The following year, 28%. It joins the last 4 years of Mahama Mumdi is the worst ever. Government deficit echoes all the way at one point about 10.3% of GDP. So we are. So you can see here during that time, then say time I got the freeze kakasi pa. In overhead 2012, now 37.7 billion. 2013, 49.9 billion. 2014, 2013, 49.9. 2014, 76. 2015, 99. And now 2016, Omuja 122.9 billion. Thereabouts. And do we have GM 4 years now? You cannot double it. They almost double over 100%. Over 100%. And this is the time also infrastructure. At the same time, when Jamaican grew economy, as figures at the same time, overspend. Now, I think Mr. Yosin, I think supported by Mr. Chan, they mentioned, say, Yaji independence and you go for every budget. You cannot underestimate the role of our international bilateral partners. We are not yet to be living on our own. Say even if we are secret, it's not normal for us as NIPA to be on our own. You hear? We are social animals, and it's good to have friends in higher places. And you will support what UK, your friends from America. That's here budget support. Normally, boya and the ones who I don't know. Now the baby so we saw China say between 2012 and 2016, some budget deficits. No, why the boy JM? He should be able to tell us. When the government was spending way above how much money it was collecting, why and the bois sa abano emano ejinaso. Near can say abain bi aba.
What do you mean by that?
It would have had budget support from very abrofia oka and the United Kingdom would have given a chunk of money to support you through the DFID.
Which PPP chairman term it as slave masters?
I wouldn't term it as slave masters. Because the arrangements are not independence. It's not the same arrangement now. And now we have an arrangement. It's more of a friendship and one that wields power within politics and governance. So if you don't have friends in higher places, you ain't going nowhere. Your Security Council is here. It's the same year by your United Nations meeting. What the friends are, you ain't going nowhere. And it's good to have friends. They can't dictate to us. They support us in our agenda. And they have always been part of your budget, your development plan, right from independence to now. We cannot take that away from them. That doesn't mean that they're taking away completely, which they are not, as we know.
The question we have is here. But we are, Nipak say, you can say the Zongo people need answers from MPP. What they have done for Zongo youth.
Zongo's now can answer that straight away.
From Bronx.
Yeah, that is why the government has set up the Zongo Development Fund. Arafat and the Dan or ACU. The Zongo Development Fund's main role is to develop the Zongos in Ghana. And I know, sir, even though now Corona, they have embarked on a number of projects. Minim say Mr. Arafat round inspections. And to Zongos, there are a lot of things going on. I can get a list. I don't have that particular list here with me today, but I know there are a number of projects, including building football turf pitches. Some of the areas as one of the projects. In addition to looking at possible housing and some other economic interventions. Now, the very sad story of the JM story, it is within 2009 to 2015.
Sorry, another caller, Kwekuba, will say. The MPP government is not responsible for the collapse of those banks, rather the incompetent and non-caring Mahama's government.
You see, you do. I don't. You do. You ever want some?
Yeah.
Well, the sad part of the JM story, and I think Usa Chan knows very well, but he's trying to turn a blind eye. Between 2009, this is from their own Green Book. Between 2009 to 2015, they claimed they created 364,665 jobs. Page 137.
Okay.
Or say almost creating 364,665 jobs. Okay, for a period of 7 years. All right. So more infrastructure, more economy to grow, more overspend it. Right. More creating employment 364,665 budget a year within 7 years. MPP are buying basui. Some of the policies or the Abano, planting for food and jobs in Kwano is estimated about 1.9 million people have benefited from planting for food and jobs. NABCO, 100,000 people have benefited from it. Even one factory, let's not go there. We know there are 181 factories.
Like when he said NABCO,
let me finish if you don't mind. There are 181 factories which are at different stages of completion. I know 58 are operational. if we estimate every factory be a fanipa at least 50 crore times 58, you're looking at a lot of people in there. We've had a lot of jobs from forestry. We have about 83,000 jobs. We have about 54,000 nurses employed. Education sector. There are a list of jobs. It is Obiba no catch was say NDC anything for the youth and you know correct. As per documents and information that I've provided to you, the MPP government led by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is the best government for Ghana by his vision and the way we're creating jobs. See, the drones policy, for example, the number of jobs they created around the drone system, it's even more. Okay, I don't have that particular figure. Railway development, the number of jobs are creating somewhere here. There is a whole overhaul of the railway system. Ecos Ghana say right from the north all the way to the south. All these things are providing jobs. See, if aluminium, say Giadec, Abayan by Obete, Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation, created a whole value chain of aluminium. Say, value chain, cooler. Say, paper, before I produce the paper, Unipa Obekum Makote, Kaya de Befa, Kaya de Beba, electricity de Beto, Dinano, a part of the value chain. See, if she's Giadec in Kwan. The amount of aluminum is estimated to be about 900 million metric tons. And when it comes to job, the MPP government is the best government for Ghana. We are delivering. And then here can say Ghana wants some money opportunity. Nian trust for the next 20 years. Nian build it. Sunny Eddie can agree. No.
Next 20 years.
Interact at least in the interruptions.
Not the next 4 years. No.
Hold on. Interruptions and until we want to continue to grow. After MPP Pai, we picked up the economy from 3.5%. At one point, we were the fastest growing in the major market world. We were one of the 3 fastest growing in the world. We grew the economy at 7.5% at one point. And the NPP has the men, the NPP has the policy and the vision to grow Ghana's economy. And the idea, so Ghana now it's enough reason say we see maintaining some particular buying because within the first 4 years is 1.9 million related to planting for foods, 100,000 NAPCO, countless jobs linked to 1D1F, One Village One Dam, and drones and the Giadec. Enough for the youth to be able to support Akufo-Addo because at the end of the day, some value chain are creating Kofi. Youth no never benefited.
Thank you.
Youth employment what the young as a result of the revamp.
However, you better so because call be asa SNA and Roma. Facebook, those who want to ask any question, ask, and we will ask our panelists to answer it for you as well, and also those on WhatsApp. But Ozu, the incident in EC, Kaswa incident, regarding our Honorable Minister Kumsin. Now, what is the situation? She said that for self-defense. And now the NDC is saying, say, tit for tat, say, mu takia, attack him. I heard Sami Jemfi giving a speech. That some people were saying, say, are we heading for war and violence? What is your views about what is going on?
Yeah, Mr. Kulem, that's it.
Are we heading for that?
That is another
that is
1 million question. Yeah.
That's
Mr. Kulem, on say mini kasa to NDC Green Book. I have it here. Where the gospel according to NDC any. Now baby will quote you be proven wrong.
So the title you're saying accounting to the people.
Yeah, accounting to the people.
Okay.
But page 137, job creation. Oku 34,657. Under Department of Cooperatives registered.
Man, quote 34,000. Sorry, I didn't quote 34,000.
Say now quote you say over here
I didn't quote 34,000. I didn't quote 34,000.
Oku 2 say that.
So I was Wuti. I will be a page.
Because
I did not quote 34,000.
To look at Oku 2 about 34,000.
Can you hold mine?
I mean, can you about 1, 2, 3 maybe I'm in you will shoe factory Kumasi 200. There was Savannah Cemetery factory we paid 2,000 a job created.
There's a summary where they put the total jobs in the work.
Oh, Nyabutre. Your Ghana Gas Company. Material can I say? So we say there's a summary. What yes? It's a summary in or 364. Nyana waka 364 times 665.
So now we say 34. Oh, okay. What they could move on? There's no. Let's move on.
No, move on.
So let's move on. Otherwise, we're wasting time on that.
Nyabutre mi we are about to make an assay. There were 364,000 for new workers were registered by 19,000 new private businesses.
Yes.
It is a 364 work with 19,000. Uba we are 1 year some edikanka. Uba former. But you were 34,000.
That's the breakdown of the 364,000.
Now I mean, Kasa.
Well, you're wasting time on
So
that.
we're not wasting time because workers have to prove it wrong.
No, it's nothing wrong about the figure.
Because
we have already agreed on the figure.
Who will say under a plentiful food and job? What created about 1 million jobs, which is not true.
No.
Because you don't have any data.
I can show you some of the data.
What you are saying? Because we call WhatsApp, Uncle Farber. And I'm saying, this is a page. It's something in here, something I'm breaking it down.
Because figure out mechanical. Is it? Did I lie?
Okay.
Well, let's move on.
Yeah, because on doesn't make us what you say because of some there's no
point.
Where there's no point? What us make us
okay,
you allow me.
First, continue on 34,000.
So why are you interrupting me?
Who do you make your point? Edru so ana wakasa.
Because I know why doesn't go somewhere there because what you say?
Go on.
You can no. Let's say about 19,032 new private businesses. And so can one find count. And I make I say these are the things that end this year and I was there be maybe say it was 34,000. I mean you don't do that. What you say? Obros had here no tie jai. Sekula. Now we can question about Kaswa me boy.
Yes.
Sekula.
What is going on? I mean,
when is the last time I
gunshot? Oh, any normal intimidation, alleged intimidation, gunshot. Are we heading for violence? That
is the 1 million questions you busa na kufu ado na ba. Msakula. When is the last time I won't say
I didn't see busa NPP about.
Thank you, maybe I'm so. Either limited registration and I said new voter register. One say minister be MPP actually to say self defense me to pa on gida. Since 4th Republic 1991-92 what be that Mr. Kola? I'm asking questions Ghana 40 years. I ain't find one who say minister mua send me MP match to pay if say a question say self defense meanwhile who was security for it is a one woman and to say bibi kawa jono to me to no abodu no kunukwa and no one say Mr. Kola Kaswa and you may happy on you now. You function how comes here MPP hooligans or more. They are beating people. Just say only MPP. I will bomb a Kaswa. I will quiet. I will. Ade Kaswa kwa how comes in the questions. Dear Kwane all. Dear Nayan Hopa kwa quiet to say. I will quiet hot point here. Be I say Kaswa.
So what is the main argument? I say a tear for better about
the main argument in the Miankasa Minokasa, would you want to say? It is a common voter register. Young Kotoba because Mr. Kula, Nana Kufuado, Obeka Ayawaso. Omukoya, 7 people was way a reza for 2020 election. One thing, and I Kufuado say, Maybe Quaquati commission. I'm shot a down. I'm shot we, you know. I know my recommendation. 7 will be all your repair phone. I will tiptoe your coffee and say, who can part of security? Azugu and all that or more. Yet it's a kind, you who one is a kind travel 9 with that ta with him. I'm shot we, you know, my recommendation say, these are the boys. These are security for. Until you have to punish them. And now we are going to me and punish you. I say, "Maybe say, oh, any end this near that party. Nyamunya mumra. Nayan nasi. Nasa. Vigilante sending in and some running now. Yamuntu yenya. Mr. Kula. The question is, I don't think for the Sam man better. And so now, no, the MPP across the whole Ghana. Sad the so-called
police
tax. No. Oh, Mr. Kula.
Ghana have a police.
Mr. Kula, okay.
So they what don't the police then?
Can I get one to me or that?
Oh, that yeah.
To me or that say, boys, won't coach you when you are coaching. They are not MPP for Mr. Kula. I want to say me no can say. Asa, na for the bar by mo 3 years. Say you could to security for another Ghana for security service here. You advertise on people. News people. What to be that say on my? You advertise it. Say, Ebia, migration, fire service, police, to be say Bamu and I say was our employer. These are the regulations, these are the rules, bruh.
So what statement, what do you have for voters?
Me the American say
for 2020 elections.
Yeah, the American say
Ghanaians will still have to go and vote.
Yeah, the American say Ghana for Mohu. And you know, Mohu na Kufuor aban. Insecurity. John Dramani Mama Ofra Bemo. Oma Ghana peace and security. I repeat, Oma Ghana peace and security. But another Kufuor where they go.
Thank you.
Ashanti region, Mzakula. Ono nkasa na ban mu. Sa the so-called boys say come wasemi. Why appoint regional security coordinator? Omo ko bu no e pam no. E dey call court wo judge di asem o, judge asem no afa afro. A wo di asem, omo timi kokowura ko yi nkrofo no epie. Ye yi omo so ni nim ska ombeje. Ama wo ntimi je wa Ashanti region mu ye dede ko tue sika. Enkosi attorney general say one kasa nole prosecute you omo nam the same boys is almost this other way in some way sekula it's a wonam na say onu kasa minister MP otutu abe e
thank you thank you Mr. Kese what you need EC registration
Mr. Kura yeah what you need
is there a conflict between the voters EC the police and other agencies, you know?
I think there's weakness in the government, quite straightforward.
Weakness in the government?
Weakness, absolute weakness in the government.
Some of the weakness now?
Because the government is not in control of these sycophants around. I mean, ordinary registration, validation. Let's say there will be violence. Then what is he telling us for the next 4 months? Election day. I hear was everybody okay. Look at it, disgraceful. You fire a gun. No, Oba, she becomes a new Yasantua. New Yasantua. Oba, Bamajina Oba with a gun. She's the newest Yasantua of whatever NPP government. Come on, this shouldn't happen in central region of
we have Ghana police. They should be.
I think they are not effective. Our security systems are not sufficient.
The world is watching.
Yeah, the world is watching.
And Ghana is seen as, you know, a
I'm not BBC.
Yeah,
BBC report.
I made a statement. I made a statement. My brother refuted it, but I have to laugh because we have given back the independence to our colonial masters. As Sichani said, Ghana Bawumia, vice president. The first job he did was. MPP winning power. What did he not do? He came to England for better medical health. I don't want to because he been here. You understand? This is what I believe that PPP we want to confront the problems right on the head. Say if we haven't got a proper hospital, why not? What can we do to get a proper one? That's the right way we want to go. Do you understand? That's a plane to Accra, come on to London. You and your wife, yes or no? You give me no that time of COVID-19 on by. That's something that's probably. Bawumia, a young man, vice president, he came here. Naturally, at Ghana government expenses, you know, Ghana government must have paid the airfare and the hotel accommodation and all that. Obama, Tim Kasa, say the independence number back to Abrafuna. My brother, that is what I mean. That is what I mean. I was speaking in parables. That is what I mean. I'm sorry. We are not capable of having good hospitals. For 63 years. MPP is, how old is MPP? MPP is 63 years old. CPP is 71 years old. And NDC is around about 28 or about 34 years old, something like that. MPP is a very old party. 63 years. That's almost, if they have had opportunity to rule Ghana for almost 15 years, we want to see the product of why they have been in government. They say, well, catch another 4 years. They say, hold on. Let us account for the latest promises that we receive. Impressive one. This is not an argument. So we want to be told. And see, I put up an article. Now that article, I want Ghanaians.
Yeah, I've read it. Yeah.
I want Ghanaians that by September of the election year, this year, The sitting government must account for to the people of Ghana by end of September.
So when you say account for the sitting of Ghana,
what they have done since
September,
they came,
what
since they came from January 2017 up to just so MPP any other government to be a government to be
in the Fourth Republic.
So don't come and sign new contracts. Don't sign new contracts even in the final year. Let's say 2020. No, don't bother signing any new contracts. Government will win.
So what do we want to happen?
Yes.
Not that I'm cutting you, but what do you want to happen in terms of voters registration? What is happening there?
What
should happen? Because gun has been fired. Are the people nervous? And what do you think?
We are not nervous. We have got bad administration. Unfortunately, I mean, ordinarily going to register. Let's say somebody will fire Ghana, the minister will fire Ghana. It's a dangerous place to live.
Yep.
Ghana makes Ghana a very dangerous place. Have you not got leaders?
In this country, from my understanding,
yes.
Those watching from all over the world, I mean, this is a TV program that is watched around the world.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, in the UK here, when we're going to vote, a minister just go there, vote and leave.
Yeah.
But in Ghana, I've seen both opposition and then the current government people there throughout monitoring. They say they are monitoring, but the EC is supposed to be able to do their work without anyone interfering. So what is going on?
What is going on that we fail to learn, unfortunately. We fail to learn.
So there should be a review of learning from this after everything, so that in future we able to move forward.
I think every 4 years election, similar programs keep cropping up, which is an embarrassment when you say you are a Ghanaian and you got your friends non-Ghanaian friends when you tell you reading news, you feel ashamed even to claim that you are a Ghanaian. Just say it's ordinary registering to be a voter. So somebody minister
it's
not nice. It doesn't show us in a good age.
And we have young people growing up and school for uncle, and what would they say?
Yeah, we are from the first country
amongst our own role models. Where are we?
Yeah, not Africa's woman. We show Algerians, Moroccans, and all those who live. They look down upon us because we are south of the Sahara. Why?
So what's the way forward?
The way forward is for these two political parties. Ghana said Ghana for one voting and come in with a third voice there to have a voice in there. Things will change. But okay, so two parties now. What we see, is NDC is comparing itself to its performances to MPP and vice versa. We know. We don't say everybody is useless or hopeless, but to compare themselves against each other when the real problem is there. Let me tell you something.
We are only saying this for the Ghana young people.
Ghana is what we want.
So the learning from it is very important so that this don't happen again.
It shouldn't happen again. You see, right now, we first say NDC and MPP, PPP. These three parties, let's say we are dogs. If two dogs are fighting for one bone, what happens?
Two dogs. Think that the Ghanaians should go for PPP.
But the two dogs are fighting for one bone. Okay, NDC and MPP are fighting for a bone there. The two dogs. Watch spectator. They will bomb me. They will fight and drop the bone. We will pick it up. We will pick the bone up. We will pick the bone up. And we will pick the bone up, and that's the election we are going to win.
Coffee me dancing. Now, again, some of these arguments sounds too pedestrian and very schoolboy politics.
Yeah, he keeps saying that.
I can't. I mean, but you haven't actually told us what you will do, how you will solve the problem when you're.
No, I said we will confront the problem head on.
How do you do that? How do you confront the problem head
by
on?
not bringing any Yasantua in the party.
Oh, that's your policy response.
A minister with a gun,
come and shoot
a woman.
That's your policy response.
And the president is sitting down watching. They are not doing anything.
Unfortunately, no.
She must be arrested.
What are you
She must be arrested.
Honorable Hawa Kumsi?
She said Yasantua.
That's my question.
Rumble.
She's preparing to go to war. We don't want war in Ghana.
And now, ex-president, President Mahama, every radio so, TV so, catching say, him so more parts no, were violent roots. Him say, boot for boot come the election. One communication director. reporte catch a Ghana for some to defend your money on second and defend your home. Now, our ex-president or Kasa say. Now, our communication director or Kasa say. Me pacho.
You never said that.
Interfere Esana, Mr. Waman.
Now, so catch no members who sorry. Now, members no sorry. Near Refi. There were people who went to Kaswa with guns and apparently machetes on the motorbike. Obianka says no. Obiani Jina, Honorable How Kumsenso. We have forgotten say there were 15 people at least reported to have gone to the registration center with guns and machetes. Why on earth? And these guys were known to have been linked to the NDC party.
MPP for.
Yes, hold on.
Yes, that
I did not.
Please, Mr.
These 15
where
people
was police with all this?
Oh no, these 15 people on the motorbike have been reported to be linked to the NDC abide. So Sanko for 15. One question is here. I want to say one. So to my say, because they went there purposely to cause mayhem. Honorable How Kumsin, or Namle Baby and Edjumay, Yatis what you to that. Yatis Honorable How Kumsin, a fire gun or baby da. Yatis Honorable How Kumsin, a go in the car, I go to be say, Obin Kotu to Obobi. No, we shouldn't forget the root cause. At that point, you know, it becomes a case of self-defense, which is an innate ability. Hold on a second.
Where is the police within all this?
They are not in control.
Hold on a second.
They are not
which
in control.
Which is our innate responsibility. So what I say? Says Uncle 15 and 13 EC officials. I'm an EC official saying Johnny and free home poor. And give you honorable how Akrano need to know on fire. Holding a gun, hold on a second. Holding a gun is not a crime. Having a gun, when you have a gun that's not registered, NA problem. And I know Honorable How Kumsin has been invited to the police. They're going to take statements and they're going to look into it. Some people have been were arrested apparently from the 15 who show up. Kofi, as you know, civic responsibility. Every registration center has a number of police personnel, security personnel on them. Again, when we detailed some of the army personnel to go and to the border towns, the same NDC. Please, I didn't interrupt. I might forget what I'm
asking a question.
Write it down, and when I finish, you can ask me. The same NDC and the same CPP, PPP were complaining, say, you deploy heavily armed security along the border towns because they wanted to prevent things like this. But hang on a second, you rewind the history a little bit. On my time, on my boat time, this buye, kum. So you go through the violence and the mayhem and the missing, the shootings and the killings during the NDC times, even at elections are. I am not supporting. I'm against guns being flouted on the Ghanaian market. I have written a story about it in 2019. I said we need to review our gun laws because I think that the call to bear arms, yes, it's in the constitution, but it's in the constitution to defend those who rise up against democracy. That is when the constitution allows us or gives us a call to bear arms. That is clearly written about it. All I said in my article is that all the gun importation companies needs to be known. Everybody that owns a gun has to be known. So overhead guns and go 50 we will not know where it came from. Honorable How Kumsin gun, I'm sure is registered. And again,
are you aware of Ghana? Sure. Kumasi, places like Kumasi, Kewo, Yeton, Ghana, A2.
Yeah, but those are the bigger debates.
Local ones.
Those are the bigger debates.
No registered guns.
Those are the bigger debates that we have to have. Trying to
but
make sure
we have police in all
the
voters registration centers now. The problem will be solved.
Kofi, there are policemen. Now what police me and son. There's 15 guys on the motorbike.
So then the strategy will change. For
that
more
is something
policing.
they will learn from, more policing. But again, and I will
at least send to be here about 15, 20 police to be able to deal with any struggles.
No, you know what? The Ghana police itself, and was some crooks want to.
Mr. Manning.
Mr. Yosen, I was the one responding.
Mr.
I know you have a point to make, and I respect that.
Okay, you're gone.
So, we shouldn't blame the police. We shouldn't blame Honorable How Kumsin. We need to blame the people that went there to cause mayhem with the guns that led to someone firing a gun. It could have been anyone firing a gun. What about if it wasn't Honorable How Kumsin? As I've already said, it's not a desired scenario. You don't want that kind of scenario. But let alone, Kofi, people are going to attack EC officials. And they came bent on causing violence. Almost by with the sole purpose of causing mayhem. And those are the ones we should be condemning and not Honorable How Kumsin. Now, some of the debates on here, if I'm allowed to Mr. Yosin talked about accountability to the people. Again, I'm not sure, Mr. Yosin, where he's been. His arguments sound very permeant.
No. I said accounting to the people of your manifesto promises. Simple.
Okay, so as you may be aware, we had a number of town hall meetings where we've met the communities and taking them through what we've done, what we promised, and what we're doing. There is also Parliament, which is where the people actually hold accounts. Government is held account to the people. And they do it every day, Mr. Yosin. So you may need to talk to your member of Parliament who is representing your people. He will know what the government is doing. And then you can get information from there. But to say on radio and TV, and then, now I say, I buy your account, it's not fair. I mean, you're showing a lot of... With all due respect. No, I haven't. With all due respect, you're showing a bit of ignorance in that side.
Are you sure?
The Vice President visit...
No, I think you need to withdraw that.
Okay, I'll take that back.
The other time, one idiot also came to sit around, he's training us when he needed to go to school. He's an MPP boy. He needed to go to classroom because he hasn't got a clue of the 5, 6, 8 people are busy at Sakuwamu. Okay. Come on, man. You know what you are talking about.
I'm saying, sir, Mr. If you're not aware about accountability, hold on, let me make this point, Pacho. If you're not aware about accountability,
I am aware. I didn't say accountability. I say account for. 2 different English language we use. No.
If I'm accounting for my manifesto, I'm accounting
for
account.
No. You say
on that basis.
The town hall is it in England?
Yes, they had the town hall meeting here.
Town hall meeting. Who was invited?
Exactly, because
you don't need a town hall meeting.
There was a town hall meeting in the UK.
MPP town hall meeting. We are not going there for anything.
It was not an MPP town hall meeting. It was the government of Ghana town hall meeting.
When the president comes here, it's always MPP.
No.
We share Ghana for.
No, hold on.
They're going to
stand up. That was organized by the Ghana High Commission in the United Kingdom. Someone interrupt me. It was a town hall meeting organized for all Ghanaians. I went. He was there. It was not an MPP program. It was a Ghana program. And that is one way we hold accountability. Vice President visit. Why is the Vice President not allowed to take his holidays?
What holiday?
Why is he not allowed to take
because of medical treatment?
But that's not true.
Stay in Accra and be treated.
No.
Where were you?
No.
Where were you?
Check-up,
the Vice President, the Vice President
was
allowed to come for holiday, and if he needs to do any checks based on that, he's allowed to. And even ordinary people come Abuja for holidays and health checks. Hold on a second, Bajo. Write your point down.
Stop lying.
You need to control it because they're taking over my time.
Please,
I'll prove it. I'll prove your point. There is no
please,
reason. Even ordinary Ghanaians can come and do their checkups or come for the holidays. Why is it different if the Vice President does it? I don't see any point in that.
Thank you.
And the main point, the gun issues, there has to be a bigger debate about gun laws generally.
So what does the future hold? Do you think that we are there, 2020 elections, it's more likely violence will escalate? Or
see, I sure violence in our elections, sorry to cut you short, it has always been around the vigilante groups. Nana Dubai, as I was case, I may have a commission, a true report be brief. This is with the government. The government knows some of the recommendations are as part of that, they're forming the vigilante law.
So what does the future hold for 2020?
So the future for 2020 is that the current MPP Abino is not going to turn a blind eye for people who will come and cause mayhem. No, because all political parties have now agreed to disband their vigilante groups. It is so people show up or what? Yes, Amrano. Also police.
But now the NDC and the other parties saying so. Be also no ever kontokwa. And they say the other baba. Obviously, say way on the what is the way forward in terms of making sure say we will have a peaceful election?
Because that doesn't stop individuals or be decided. We see it here, even as developed as we are, America and other developed countries. Norway happened. It killed almost, God knows, about 300-400 people. Terrorists, these incidents will happen, and not through intelligence, and they capture nobody actually. What I say, and after I know, say there has been meetings that has gone on between national security.
Do we have enough police to cover this, or they should recruit? Because now it seems like we are in a crisis as a country, and if we are not careful and it's not managed properly, to be honest with you, violence will escalate.
Nanado, His Excellency, by police recruitment has gone up.
Okay,
the kind of resources of them police, the cars, the armory. And even our accommodation as part of reform in the public service has been phenomenal. You didn't see that. So in this particular government, the police have been looked after very, very well. And I have every confidence. It's not enough. It will never be enough. Of course, we have limited resources that we're competing for. Yeah, follow expense. I have example. So sit down chin. Na sikane broso no free scan ehun ye dey also at the end of 7 years also my ejuma 364,000 yes I think it's a big mistake e ka hu bi ne banking sector collapse it is a bana ye kakra what reform please oguso ye e say e bona baso enu nti ne ye ka say ye here 4 more years for nana non toason continuous our reforms now all year no. The CPP has no alternative, quite clearly. I have not heard any one single policy from Mr. Kitios and Adri.
No, referring to me as CPP. No.
Apologies, PPP.
It's not CPP.
What is it then? Sorry, my apologies.
PPP.
Because we had a CPP argument earlier on. So and you said the CPP was 71 years, so my apologies
for that. You've been twice, also been twice.
That's fine. So it's my question.
Your question. A member of communication team of the governing New Patriotic Party (NPP), Edmond Chey.
Okay.
Yeah, Chey or Asukwa. You know, to be honest with you, me call Ghana cry no me hono. Yeah. Wakase, he said, although jobs have been lost following the closure of some troubled banks by the central bank, the decision was inevitable. Edmond Chey is of the view that he is also the first vice chairman of the party in Asukwa constituency. He said that past government should have acted earlier to close the troubled banks to reduce the effect on jobs in the entire financial sector. For some time now, some banks in Ghana have been closed down following poor management and some other factors. Edmonds is saying that he accepts that jobs and properties have been lost, but the harm of allowing these banks to be in operation would have been greater than this. This is his argument. He said the harm, if the government did allow these banks to be in operation, would have been greater than this. What is your view of this? You know, because it seems like
I share Edmond's view 100%. The phrase "the incompetent one" here, coin here, and I know Uzo would not like me to say this now. Part of that, the coinage of that phrase, you know, was the poor oversight of your banking system. The poor oversight. Say, a buy boka, say your regulation, your Bank of Ghana, you won't pay you for cookie down for soon and they were butchering. And I'm sure Mr. Yosin will agree with me on this one.
Sorry, Kwaku, I'm not cutting, but I just want to add this to it.
Okay.
Presiding Bishop of Paris Chapel International, Bishop Charles Ajinasari, during a sermon recently, asked whether locally owned Unibank, GN Bank, and UT Bank could not have been salvaged by the Bank of Ghana during its financial sector cleanup. Now, his analysis, was say the same demons that possess politicians in the days of old to collapse local businesses, were still lingering and causing havoc. Please hold on, Mr. Damasi. A chief for where you Damasi be now, the program is sponsored by Word Remit. Word Remit and a sponsor for this program. They are one of our sponsors for this program. Now, if you have not done it, the Srema offer of phones is here as you are live with us, The Srema no one say what download what call apps and what download Word Remit. Now, who person send this Kakoma will be around the world in the form of money transfer. Omo very reliable, fast, reliable, secure. Until your money in terms of transfer, is secure and is guaranteed and very, very reliable. Until we recommend for everyone. Until when I say I'm come apps, now bit my. I feel so the other one Wonderland. Wonderland, Omo West Green Road, Awache joint. To be honest with you, I have passed there a few times. Over corner. We meet a lot of Ghanaians who take away, almost specialized take away, or say we did also Omenya baby Amwatra. In fact, Wache joint a nice, almost to be BIB say Jollof now pay, Awache now pay, Banku now pay, Diu now pay, everything will pay. Appetition BBM will be do here be. Don't look anywhere, go to them. And I feel cosmetic cocktails. Cosmetic cocktails so specialize in say bar cocktail who be say party or meet me about set up no man I take care of with drinks with food and will be to be be honest with you, they are very number one. Evelyn and the manager, also no, omunoma, you better screen say I'm who. Evelyn and the manager now, they are number one. Who any fear either say a hall now, no, because of the virus situation. No, most people are doing parties in their garden. They can set up the garden to be like your front room. Oh, I bet you very nice. Why wait a minute. And a base, we also use base. Also no, you better can as time goes on. Kweku, wait, sorry, wait too much. So what the bishop ne kind of? See the days in the days of old, or say the same demons that possess politicians in the days of old to collapse local businesses are still lingering and causing havoc today. It's a strong statement.
It's a statement. He's entitled to his views, but such statements, quite frankly, frustrates me because there is something called taking responsibility, which obias will be a refi. Yeah, very be taking responsibility. So Bishop went to me in catch sama all cano. Not blaming politicians. Not ye and when you at that bank and because at the end of the day, no. So you're a manager. Part of your responsibility is to ensure the continuity of the business and the profitability of the business. I'm sure Mr. Yossi will agree with me. Say you're far back.
I'm not very sure I agree with you because
sir, we're a manager. You don't want profitability for your company.
No, beyond that.
Oh, that's the only one that I
because then people has got a massive crime. You ever can want them.
I'm only talking about the management and making the business profit. Okay, yeah, I think fair enough. Say what bank supervision. You want bank managers, you want auditors, you want central government. Now, want to be unregulated, want to be monitor. And who say into bank with books and the bank is not capitalized enough to use a financial term. One more capital ain't good enough, and therefore one more profitability will be affected, which will then affect employers' benefits, including their salaries. So we ain't good enough in management. Now, central government at the time, so upon all the supervision, and to me, who say, "Bibi ko bonnet or banking sector now." I point two fingers. One to the central government of the day, two to the Bank of Ghana of the day, the managers there, because almost, and probably a third one to the managers for the banks, because for the managers of the banks, they were hiding things, and that is why some of them were sent to court and all that. No more shada creative figures in the books. Semusikasa, na central government and mamusika liquidity support. What this scan? It is some winning baby scan. What is central government? Yeah, buying sikana a walk akrana. Yeah, the mamu say move on your operations. Na mun turn into a profit. Man to be says can some winning baby a walk. And none after would be 3 employees. What kind of business are we running? The central government should have stepped in at the time. They turned a blind eye. Decided to say enkoso. When we took over in 2016, 2017, there was nowhere Sadiano could have carried on because one, we understand economics, two, we understand business management. What I say, and that is why we have to, of course, made a very painful choice to reform the banking sector for a government that is seeking re-election. Of course, we could have waited and made all those changes in the second term when we know that at least we've had 2 terms, but we decided to confront the issue head on within our first term, within our first few years actually, to turn the banking sector around. Now, all the economic powerhouses around the world are saying well done to Akufo-Addo for embarking on that particular reforms. It was a risky move, but it worked because the banking sector has been leading the economic growth in Ghana, at least in the last 2 years. So we have Bloomberg article, Troy 2018-19, I've got a copy here somewhere. They were praising the reforms, saying, so man, yes, our reforms now, and the economy would have completely collapsed. Don't forget, say, we had gone yabubu to the point, say, for IMF, so on so and Samian Fan Nante. Mr. Yosin say, you play and we are singing to our paymasters, or we are phone the West. The NDC.
Mr. Kula, do we have to go through the lecture or we are debating?
This is part of the debate.
This is a very long lecture.
This is the debate. Part of the NDC's problem was the fact that, oh, yare, no bubu. So, oh, yare, we are so bubu now. How to be sorry, Pojuma. So, oh, yare now from the so managers, why they, oh, yare, bubu. That is what happened to Ghana, the economy with the IMF deal, and that affected part of the banking crisis.
About what Edmonche is saying. That
I agree with Edmonche 100%.
The government did not really close down any of these banks during the cleanup exercise, but only took over their management.
Yes, the banks were consolidated. So, and you know, of course, a crime high happens very easily. So business will fail, yeah. You bring in receivers, you know, that's one point. Or the central government takes over and rebrands it. As far as I'm aware, I think all the depositors have been paid, and Rana Mitier, Mr. Sibe Yeboah, who's
That's
the
not
chairman of
true.
the finance committee, all the depositors have been paid, apart from there were few with document problems, according to what he said. He had the interview just yesterday. So I'm very confident. I mean, a buying base, it costs quite a lot of money, 19 billion Ghana cedis, a big chunk of money to save the depositors. The beautiful thing is, say, Ghana for ordinary Ghanaians is sick that one and can collapse complete. They've been able to receive, if not all, they've got something. And I think that is a positive from the banking sector reform. In addition to that, now the international community even has a lot of confidence within the banking sector. And the banking sector in Ghana now is more vibrant than it used to be, at least until we were hit by the global pandemic.
Also, do I repeat the question?
Repeat.
Okay. In his visual sermon on Sunday, July 19th, 2020, do you hear me? Presiding Bishop of Paris Church International, Bishop Charles Agena, during a sermon recently, asked whether locally owned Unibank, GN Bank, and UT Bank could not have been salvaged or supported by the Bank of Ghana during its financial sector cleanup exercise. Now, if you know, say the same demons that possessed politicians in the days of old to collapse local businesses are still lingering and causing havoc. He also said they are still at work today, and Ghanaians must exercise. They must exorcise this nation from that demon. Otherwise, we are far from going forward. But Edmond Che, who is the vice chairman, part of the communication team in Asokwa, is saying, the government did not close the bank, but took the management from all this. And what is your view on that?
Mr. Kula, I am a yapa as a mere Ghanaian. Say one close to banks, but you took management. Why the job losses? The one question is why job losses? Two, many are cooking per se. One of the MP say
may add way I can know what he has. Edmond is of the view that jobs and properties have been lost, but the harm of allowing these banks to be in operation would have been greater than this. Your view?
Yes, we don't do what I say. Most banks or more like risks, like in the US. The same thing happened with US, in the UK. But US are the only ones Obama free TRP, Trouble Access Relief Program. They are banning and say US are banning and say, but what's the banks and more chimo? Because are affected private businesses. The man say, I will pump money in your banking sector. Now, in pumping can more, I'll be part. Me, US are my part in your management. To me, a part here, and for some air bossing. Mr. Kula, sad trouble access relief program, no. At me, a boom US economy, a booming. Oh, yeah, a buy how about for. Oh, buy Mr. Kula, I say banks, no. Uguno. Now we take over management. Staff olusu omojuma. 3. Nkofo musika that bank Mr. Kula. They don't have access. Mr. Kula, dear be pa you question say. Dear be panic buy free we panic withdrawal. Mr. Ketua so be kaya. Didn't see ya. Obia person who have no coin free bank. Didn't see ye. Because more good banks no. A dear bank Mr. Kula, I hear me and say, who catch their park or syndrome say. You free be recapitalization on for 30 days and make you have 400 million Ghana cedis. Does it make sense?
It does not.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
400 million Ghana cedis. What we increase it from 80 million to 400 million Ghana? One man time frame no 30 days. Now mo chey what just had enough free ho e be can say mo to over management. And Grofosika na aka bank no. Nkofosika bank
so
now no
are you casting Nkofosika are they not still being paid?
Never, Mr. Kula.
Few people.
But we are being told it's been paid.
Yes, and so deputy communication director, Kokubin Pese, or Kotu Obi say, one of the MP say, you tear the president woman yes, Ghana for her.
Chairman of the Finance Committee in Parliament.
Oh, Walusuni, seat. What you say? Also, on the chairman of the finance committee, as the way boy.
Yes.
And what quote to know Ghana for Muti, according to Kokubin Pe, communication director, MPP UK, what quote to as the way boy say. Mo musikata bank na ebu ni nyina Unibank, GM Bank, yetu musika ma no. Enti mo anka so machirem. Mr. Kula, say ugu bank ade na wo ye. Say mi di kan kan no 30 days. Say onu anka san nkofa over 400 million. No no say what happen? And if I could do can say, Bank of Ghana, MPP abai. Mi anka sa mabo contractors busia. Abai one kasa wa babo mbusi ntimode what make over billion pay me so that I can get 400 million.
Yeah, it's getting to 3 billion.
Yes. To over 3 billion pay me na mu tua me car menya says kanam dia yesa recapitalization.
Yes.
Yeah, but somehow time we come Mr. Kissing
No. If America, because I think that some damage has been done, so we want to correct the damage. So we are. Our sacrifice. Okay.
He's enjoying the debate.
I'm not joining. I'm not joining because
okay, because Unibank. And see me kwa omode kokko nyina bana before. Why says still na close Unibank? Bank no. Over 300 branches of Pagos Indium. So on 400 million Ghana cedis for 30 days. More than a come to ya. I'm a contractors. Maku 22 ewu. Obi jana be catch say management took you over. So is that how we you clean financial sector? Me no ka say Mr. Kula me bo aba US me UK. So we clean financial sector. Un for preocupa say 30 days with 400 million Ghana cedis. Now yes we have my papa. We have my papa. O ba say we gun krofo djuma because of say private sector no bank na we gun no. Wa bank krofo be sia into the private sector. Aban nka say so bo obosia. Tikenya bo 3 months na nko njije. O man 6 months and 3 months cry one farmer no. 30 days. 30 days. Na makumako 30. Na kenofurata na nkasa ni bank no. You 30 days say 400 million no benya. Ono call your finance minister.
Yeah,
you can get.
He's got a bank in Ghana. So
yes,
he's a minister of finance.
What does the bishop mean by that the same demons that possess politicians in the days of old to collapse
they have come again.
Are still lingering and causing
of course.
They are demon, they are devil.
History has repeated itself.
What you say? Eti no di nkwa na ekoso a. See na yegu nkrofo bank.
Mr.
Mami under 1 minute. Maybe you cry no.
Okay.
Aside that no kwa no. Private companies like financial loans no. What you say? Omo no kwa de. Ade omo de boy bodwafo. Ye ma me ne papa mo ton bia mbako jene. Ye ma some soft loan ni nyina wagu no. Now person private sector na be because aban bia you move with the private sector.
Edmond is saying that jobs and properties have been lost, but the harm of allowing these banks to be in operation would have been greater than this.
And then I happen to say
Edmond, no.
Okay, toss Mr. Kate.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Kula. Bakason. There was a gentleman we called Dr. Bawumia, vice president. Average Ansan Oba as a vice president of NPP.
Deputy Bank of Ghana.
Western Bank of Ghana. Yeah. Was he doing a good job there?
Bad.
Governor, deputy governor. That's if somebody is saying that because MPP banks, some certain structures were not right within the bank. Bank of Ghana, all control over all the banks are. Then was Bawumia doing a good job there? Was he being paid? Do you understand? For all those years, answered all by MPP, no. Whatever problems they are creating, no. But Bawumia couldn't correct them.
He was a part of the demon.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Rhythm Nation.
Dr. Bawumia couldn't correct these problems. And MPP administration, no. Now, what about just personal bitterness. Na with you go from Ejuma. They told Dr. Indom what's only increase the capital no 400 million. It's about 233% increase. But I'll tell you what, Kwesindom is not a drug dealer.
Yep.
A drug dealer will get that kind of money for you. He's a clean, honest gentleman. No. You say I'm insolvent. I am solvent. Dr. Papa Kwesindom, Ghana government owes him because Indom has financed the contractors or contractors in Sika. No, was he a Ghana government in Juma? We was signed, documented that yes, perfectly completed. Hey, they have NPP government has come out. The Bank of Ghana, through the Bank of Ghana, that we are not going to pay. Sorry, the contractors yet. Contractors is in Sika. If you give the money to the contractors, they will give it to Dr. Indom and his GN Bank and Goko Securities. Why not? I mean, the job has been done. Why not pay?
Over 3 years.
Do you understand?
No contractors.
Now, you read of one son, one show, sir. Now, about read of one sir by December this year. Ghanaians are watching because even President Nkrumah, GN Bank or Kwesindom Bank, 300 branches. He is the only person who's got 300 bank branches. Because who good in business.
When you use the word say,
yes,
what does that mean?
It means that you hate him.
The man is
Why? Why does he hate
you? You hate him because the man. Because in the fellow party leader, fellow with flag bearers. When we say flag bearer, no. So 2020, the results will change. With honesty to God, the result will change because Kwesindom, 300 bank branches in the whole Ghana. That's what most people don't know. Villages will okra, car, konda okra, or bank or. Do you understand? So he's popular among everybody, both NDC, MPP, or whatever. You know, all Ghanaians, not just near PPP and SCPP from Kwa and NDC from Kwa. Everybody said the chances of people voting for this man are greater. Therefore, 2020 elections, we say it's going to be different results. It's going to be different results. But we will do everything possible to make sure that we prove this government wrong. Because I'm going to say, Dr. Bawumia was working in the Bank of Ghana. What was he doing? We want to know exactly what he did. What part did he have to play in the control of these banks? What part? Was he just a governor with the suit in there? Or did he roll up his sleeves and do the job there? Or serious questions we have to be asking. So
what Edmond is saying about the government taking over the management of it and things would have been favored, and then what the bishop is saying,
no,
do you think the bishop should change the way he says the words now?
No, Bishop, what can I say?
The same demons.
Yes, of course, yes. And some now, what happened some years ago, what baby? Demons are in one, the same thing. And one some now, how other businesses.
A very strong statement. The same demons.
This is a government. This is a government that is now killing Ghanaian businesses here. You know, right? And the Rollins is UAB. All these names, BMS and Siao, Tata Brewery, governments, Ghana governments, African governments, but they do not know one thing that I know. They don't know one thing that we all know. Some Ghanaians know that Bank of Ghana, Bank of West Africa, which became is now Standard Chartered.
People into they say Nipananya Omusika back.
No. Remember, women just get back. Now, me teach what some corner there, which we teach about the Abakan was some. Standard Chartered, Mr. Kula, they are in Ghana for 100 and almost one.
Facebook
124 years.
Your comments, producer.
They are in Ghana for 124 years. In the Barclays Bank are in Ghana for 101 years. And Ghanaian, indigenous Ghanaian business, he's been doing serving the people of Ghana. Because you hate him, you close down his business. So the foreign businesses are in here. That's why I say we have returned the independence to Korea Master. That's why I told my brother that I'm speaking in parables. Do you understand? Because if you research what I'm saying, you understand it. Over 100 years and all that, they are there. Why who come Ghana here? Oh, yeah, Ghana banking business. Who said I don't want to? Indom hasn't got a problem. because it's not a group. One court. The court no con NPP will say or judge war. Quote me. Oh no, judge war. They have postponed the case about 15 times. We want to ask God through Nanado. Why? He is a lawyer. We know our president is a lawyer. So lawyer, he can't tell the judge that you don't waste time. You're wasting your own Ghanaian man's time. Indom is not a thief. Or you're confirmed for prison. I'll go and visit him there. He's not a thief. Do you understand? What good business, you know? Foreign, even Nigerian, the Zenith Bank and all the crap African banks in South Africa, Nigerian Bank, American Bank, now they are in Ghana.
Bank, yeah.
Do you understand? They are in Ghana operating. And Ghanaian indigenous bank, you know, where, which part of the world are you standing? Now, because will be situated. And Chebia, after 4 months. But we've got a lot to do in this campaign period. It's annoying and it's so wrong. And I want to know what Dr. Bawumia, the part he played when in his role as deputy bank, governor of bank, so if you also see NDC was not efficient, is it efficiency? Need time at Bank of Ghana, was it efficient? I don't think it was. When you talk of efficiency, everything is spot on. How come you turn around just because of Kwesindom? What for Kwesindom? Kwesindom is nothing against him. Who did Kwesindom almost 3 billion? Kwesindom is on the bank. When he said bank, bank Sikawa bank, we loan to people, we get interest. That's how the banks earn interest on money deposits. Yes, or your crop for. Some people doing so some people for women to coffin. Kwesindom because Kwesindom is dead in the coffin. This we also we also can see cathedral.
When you say Kwesindom is dead in the coffin, what do you mean?
Yes, they are doing demonstration here. Kwesindom they are going to bury him. That's what they're going to bury him. You saw it. It was all over the place. Published all over the place.
Honorable Che, but
so painful
on the line.
Okay.
Because his statement has then bring up a lot of debate. Anna, what yanka? Che.
Mechimunka.
Hello.
Hello, Mechimunka.
It seems that he is technical.
The speaker now.
Hello.
Mechimunka.
What yanka?
Yes, Mechimunka.
Oh, okay.
Mechimunka pa.
Yo. Caller, Mr. Hold on, please. Yeah, Honorable, wait here. We are talking about your statement regarding the bishop.
Okay.
The bishop, no, bishop.
Okay, sorry.
Yes,
Sorry.
Bishop Ajina Sari, Ekayeno. Was he the same demons that possess politicians in the days of old to collapse local businesses are still lingering and causing havoc? Then I feel so know what his question is saying. He said, was he during a sermon or said whether locally owned Unibank, GN Bank, and UT Bank could not have been salvaged by the Bank of Ghana during its financial sector cleanup exercise. Now, no, you have also come out to challenge what the bishop is saying. Can you analyze your views and why do you feel that the bishop is not in agreement with what you are saying? Say government took over the management side. So can you elaborate? Any the government position?
Okay.
Say a TF over TS kakra. Yes, sir. It seems that we are having problems.
Yes.
Oh, Abba. Okay.
Motiana.
Yeah, too.
Me da CP say when you remember me am from na anwumre am mesumenya akonya akyekye mu ama obi a otie bi etie mu yi na first of all bebe say Ghana for and obi otie bi hu say bank no ya ngu bank no ya merge bonika say merge ay say waka enema be 3 abo mana say enema bebrebe abo na aye baako I say I didn't see why ye juma. Enti say UT Bank no, Unibank, any Capital Bank in no. Ye merge omu nyina na friend CBG Bank. A year juma say. na no crane the woman is say so woko Unibank Dr. Dofo aje paper bi beto say no crane say BOG discover bi mo asika no sika no ko mo di treat ya kabia nanke wo ho no ma mo customers no say sika ne buy na nse kranta opan beto just some the say sika no to top properties na the maker ne say so mo car branch we near friend no or capital bank for MD original FD so e wo Metro TV ka say Ken Ofori-Atta or your finance minister penny bank na to no on ton man nti no ana be so good bank no enso nyame no Ukraine papa na asa ba to be ka say no kre asema bank of Ghana for ne kanyina no esika ne bi abedi ne ho na obi omo ma ne menu ntuatua ni tietia mu ne say eye den na say bi ye nyomo mo tontos omo ye shine omo ton gari dokun no motimia describe to bank ono na say bi bank of directors no ana board of directors na owners wana use scan up yo ade nanka tama nanka former president John Dramani Mahama ono na kese BOG focus supervise based on the chronology corruption tino omokwa no masa abetro book no se bibia ye fita e bi na ye ti kroma ye hu se DKM egu ye no e bi na hu se men's goods ya hwe ya customers for sika nyina be hwe e bi na hu se Noble Dream ni egu ye under John Dramani Mahama time ana Mr. President o man penika se sadia ya hwe banks institution asebi omo ye dia omo follow measures are as omofa and papa question mu buku no na bon minus that is say ebi ko jira bank kura na omo nya musika no omo ne police for ko ntokwa esi kona bra bibi se ko se bank de nkoye na me pese sofo bishop etiase say you democracy you and here free fa and example time and na rolling time at that time no so omo ye ku a yes egu apia minka adwuma by force omo ye ku a yes agit insawon so yeah bi UT Bank amwado ye MPP ni na then obi ye party ni de abaka say BOG for egu the bank nanka me feel say ka papa no ebeka say omo musika wo ho nyina no kwa yinchom ba wo hu omo mobo omo musika be to no wo hu mobo omo musika be to omo discount ko to dan wa abrochiri America na land ni Dubai top properties in 20 e wo cantonments ne de e na say aban egu omo bank no that's also for the kasa wan go and di no kre sebi ukuta Bible preach amanfo na nka for no kre etuye na omo musa say ma okan u di no kre na won tin ko for Rollins time ne champ for time ne people
na che uya ye close banks no has customers no o manya omusika no say
obi sika bank no first of all ya close you
Come on, this man is telling
any board of directors no and you pam wo say who where this can be no you try work court na e carry down and you kaketwa and I know this can be now I'm up for abeda no no ma hwe bank no no manage this na dey next year
yo yeda wasi bebre yeda wasi ni wo contribution. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, me pacho yes I another caller. Pacho one friend afre.
Yo Mr. Kula mema woni wa ujafo nyina moni adwuma akwa David ni
yo maninko openi
NDC papa no ne GP papa no asa wo mo ekasa e de ma
me pacho Mr. Owusu Echan ono na ye deputy the deputy communication officer for NDC, and then we also have Mr. Kit Yosin, who is the chairman for PPP. Yeah.
Okay. Uti omkasa unse alizo omokasa ma wo party omkasa ma individuals nemwe mimuso omkasa ma Ghana. Anyway, omo abire no. Mbeko how a constant dear no. I was a young man, I say, Chiche to so a yakoeka siasene at this one ankasa. I was say, the Siano Nipanwa, I was stepping low. I made a baby ball, Pama, or more baby to trust him. They said, I said, they were crowded, I said, in commercial. So now, how I could see, and they said, it you want to say, well, last year, your last man said, oh, find your baboon crowd, that's all find your day, that's all find your pain. Oh, say, hey, it depends one. You're not a Ura town, okay, be said, first a minister. Now, almost the first president, first of all, it was so for watching. As all the enclame ego helicopter, and it was a show home. You know, a minister or shoot to one came, who Kumbo. Cockatimus was saying, I'm Robert, I'll be attacking. So, the mammy, I said, yeah, the Humbi, and as I said, yeah, the any brave in the Casas, who be the Casac. So, America for any better for the Omnia bomb pocket. Mamma no one tree a Russia tanker. A person do my one shot or the 7 oh, and I say you need the public by Ghana. As Lausu or your bar 2012. Diana wonderful by the year war. What do? No, Anita or Faka and Chilfa and Colasso. I don't want to Mukraba. No, the president.
Asamanazia my wife, yesterday.
It's a bit of can get Sankaya woman yaba, a woman, or mammy, or bar, or can say, oh, I offer a man to won't you. It's your the 2 months of a day. It's from Kunipa, a bad swallow.
I'm from Kunipa. That's it. You know what I say.
So, one Kunipa, never crowd say, I want to say, I will say, serve.
Obani mi busa wadi abako etu ono enti uhwa she was intimidated enti na acting yana. Is that what you are saying?
Yes. Well, that was so many life. If you say it drew Ghana abattoir and this is from Kwano, all my Ghana abattoir more than wake up. And now the military trust Bachu more border towns no more can say it is for big war. And borders no and you water for you and almost all more bolga or more a paga or more elbow or more sepodu or more a domain chrono borders no you do borders the Ghana dia borders no a Ghana dia and to obi biara what border town bian obi akasa kotam border town into o man wo ho kwan say
yeah that was bebre
yeah border
yo yeah that was
but owura yi also town said the no best one there OV8 no e wo chichi pa it ato boy
yo thank you yeah that was bebre one of the confess with this comment in terms of what Edmond said, you know. Also,
the working same is Kula. Sina follow
analysis about.
Follow so job. Kofusika yen farmer what yes. Nti neme cost no time. And now we don't know why won't here because of say now no Unibank at the Abana court.
Yeah.
GM Bank Suzuki Abana court.
They are losing cases all the time.
15 yeah more than case number 15 times.
Hold on, call away.
Today en kwa na cost so I want to mean case into me judge.
Thank you. Pacho one friend Afrifin.
You from Isaac, me kase fi London.
Yo, Mr. Isaac, where the man ko? What did you call so nyina?
Mate the ekoso. Na me bacho me question ni ekoma
Who boys call low?
Bacho me question ekoma NPB nino.
Mr. Kwaku Bimpe.
Yes. Say okase your friendship with the West, you know. A good friendship. Now the president would say a good friendship. I didn't Ghana. So you would say a cry, you walk resources to be and so still you're poor. And at the toss you say hello, I don't think
yeah, you too come and go. What honestly too come.
Yeah, they toss me and say I didn't NPP for actually court. Equally, Obia, ye dinner some more court with any free home. Now, a bino anti-mammy anchi or more mukoyesa.
Yo, yedawasi baby. Thank you. Now, where the answer, Kweku, ebe question. Here for your sponsors, no Bakuni Base. Base, one of our sponsors. Now, Base, entrepreneurial. They almost training, almost coaching and mentor, enkola any penifo nyina entrepreneurial skills, so here all these skills through a vision. They provide entrepreneurial skills through a vision and determination. The CEO for that, Jackie Obin, a base. Until anything about coaching, mentoring, how person a successful entrepreneur, don't look anywhere. Until they will help you with life skills. Skills are a bit more help you in every day. Now mentoring there, to be honest with you, everyone need a mentor, no matter your age. So we need mentor. This is the time to look for one. Now Jackie is available for you. Into bit more contact Jackie, and she holds a lot of degrees: MSc, BSc, business consultant. She's very good. If background person called grammar school near there, she's the one to speak to. And those who are watching us, or listening to this program, don't look anywhere. Look for that. And I feel Cosmet cocktails. So almost one of our sponsors. We year party be and any occasion be. I don't look anywhere. We say Adrian Nuem. I feel so much me cater for drinks in the BBR. I feel so much take away. So we pay take away. I don't look anywhere. Almost no ma ewo screen so we menya a friend and a manager. I feel so no. So we pay so another one. So Wonderland LBC or West Green Road. Almost one of our sponsors, and if anything, ubeti me a contact you or now the woman you say Adriani a depa say ye say Saturday be and Sunday be and weekdays crano they are there till late as well. Sometimes almost hard 11-12 o'clock weekdays. Upe Bankubi dia and say the Krona Upe awache their specialities awache ukwa almost hill. Now word remit. Money transfer. So we any money transfer biana. Don't look anywhere. Word remit. It would be almost reliable, secure, and safe. Just go to your phone apps, download it now as you are watching. And after your tier for your stream, I will my program with Facebook and I say with my YouTube. Now I'm lucky a page, Now if you share to other people, why? After so feel free to call in. So any questions, feel free. Now see so my analysis be what they are saying on Facebook, so that you may answer questions. Nekakra, why we there? Auntie, one in yes, okay, yeah, go on, yeah. So question, say
about the banks,
banks in the analysis.
Banks, the truth in this is that.
In your final analysis on that,
yes, the Ghana government owes Dr. Papa Kwesi. So, to
your view, Ghana government
it's a fact.
It's a fact.
He has taken the case to court, and the Ghana court has
roughly estimated of how much?
About 3 billion.
3 billion.
Under 3 billion, 2.4 billion Ghana cedis. Which is no joke.
Okay.
And your president Nisiko, Kwesi Ndomsika, no, the mark contractors no. Contractors is my Ghana government job. We certified perfectly okay. Just pay the contractors to pay Kwesi Ndom to continue running his banker. We go bank, we say increasing the capital to 400 million. Will be about 233% increase. So you're confound, and also a drug dealer. Only 2 minutes over to me in South Carolina. He's a genuine person. Highly unlikely.
Well, you remember Facebook, so but will be say, Memo and Sandys will be say,
right.
The MPP government is not responsible for the collapse of those banks.
Yes.
Rather, the incompetent and uncaring Mahama's government.
No. I disagree with this person. This person is ignorant because
Mr.
Bawumia was working in the bank. What was he doing? We want to know. Governor, was he just there to wear suit and show off? No. Who going to come where she suit? And so our background or she suit or deputy governor of the bank. It doesn't make sense. You know, what job did he do? If the governors of the Bank of Ghana were doing their job perfectly fine now. Do you understand? APNC.
What does suit got to do with?
Yeah, man. Yeah, because we call Bank of Ghana in Africa. No, she suit. That's all. Governor she suit or some office call she's full suit. He telling me now she suit and all that. So that's why they couldn't do efficient job.
But does suit have anything to do with skills?
Of course, yes. I shouldn't do too much. I wouldn't what you know. That's how I'm catch up. What I say? I shouldn't do Papa and what you know. If you would make yourself free. So you don't wonder.
I go like that.
He didn't do a good job. You see who go bank. Who's so go bank?
Wait, what you need that? Who's who analysis speaker who has only
It's time for that break. I think we needed that break.
No, we don't know. We need to be. Dr. Ndom needs his money. No, sir. Dr. Ndom needs his money.
CEO until you kill yourself.
Just like the other caller
yes.
comment on the buy, you know, the collapse of the banks has got less to do with the MPP government than the NDC government. And you're right. The government has spent over 18 billion Ghana cedis in dealing with our reforms. It's a huge amount of money. It's money that could have gone into other sectors or done other things.
In fact,
only because
I think
the case is in court. The case is in court, so that will work out fine.
It's an unfair system that is going on in Ghana. Before I go, no, speak to your government. Sir, there's something that is wrong, my brother. There's something that's wrong. If all the House of Chiefs, all the Council of State, all painful states, excuse me, they have proven to be hopeless because they are not saying anything at all for Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Do you understand? No. I'm sorry, you go on.
It's okay. I mean,
we are very offended, and the Ghanaians are very seriously offended.
I understand your frustration. You know, it's a difficult situation.
Analyze that, then so we can start.
The banking crisis is the pregnancy of the NDC government, and we have come to try and reform and make those changes. And I think Ghanaians should say thank you for the reforms we put in place. A painful process, unfortunately. It happens every day. If we're reforming any businesses, of course it comes with a bit of job losses. But that is looking at a long-term gain. The bigger picture. Is it going to be worth it for Ghanaians? And I think the answer is overwhelmingly yes. The call only besides why are we poor if we are friends with the West? Our friendship with the West it's got nothing to do with how wealthy or how rich we will be. We have to have friends in high places as part of in global politics and governance. And of course, where we want to be, they're already there. So, and you're bad to say our friends who are in the heaven that we want to be to occasionally give us a bit of an advice. And it doesn't stop at NDC and NPP. They've been advising us for some time now. But the issue of being poor, comparing Muhammad's years to even now, okay, the standard of living has gone up. The GDP per capita has gone up. And in terms of Ghanaians' standard of living, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has done far better, has completely outperformed His Excellency ex-President John Mahama's government. Say Aban wo ho or say me one district one factory.
Taxi.
Me one district one factory, one village one dam, planting for food and jobs, one constituency one ambulance, NABCO, free education, JADEC. All these are policies in the end it will put money into people's pockets. So if you free SHS keka, sika parents entry and money in their pockets. It's on that basis, we are a bit better off compared to time NDC was. And this is the way you teach your mind and you kakra say sika kakra we bottom. Now over the years, we become better off. Our income inequality gap lessened. And when you say okay, you kwa bonten e betimi aspend e sika dia to ne ma ye pe. And they can say sa ban we ban ye pese die so. E ban ye pese ye man so for the next 20-40 years. Never Ghana e den e
thank you. Ye mum ye hwe analysis na answer na why. Ye hwe in short, I mean, Kwame tell you say Akufo-Addo promised the national airline Ghana Airways. What happened? That's what he said there. Then Isaac Amwa said, can the MPP guy allow the NDC guy to speak?
Oh, I was.
Joe Boachi say, why is this MPP man so arrogant? Oh. When he was talking, the other guy made him talk without interrupting. He should be civil and stop this. Benji Blackson say, hold on, caller. They are stuck in trade arrogance to its highest degree. The MPP rep is just bloating figures without any database. Last March, Bright Rural Kumbrobe quoted over 2.2 billion jobs created without any supporting fact. If MPP has built strong fundamentals, why is Euros to see this today is 6.52? Where is one constituency, one district? The an MP fired gun. See, if this man can defend this woman, why are we wondering where we are? MPP know too much. Just give them the power to save their families. How would you call the NDC man? Now, since you said the MPP man is arrogant, the NDC man is interrupting too. So take for him. We do okay, young man. How do you because we use words which is not appropriate. Someone said, Kwaku Bimpe, you are doing well. Bello, he is a failure. Mr. Nana Kofi, no matter what the NDC do, they will never come to power. Shame on you all. Joe Boachi, bro, you may know something, I don't know, but you only have one vote like everyone else, unless you have 1 million votes. Isaac Amwa, Kofi, can I ask just the meaning portrait behind you, please?
No.
Someone wants to know the meaning of this portrait. You know, if you put it together, we are putting 1 million plus here. If you can explain, I remember why. Yes, sir. Yes. Owusu is exposing Nanado. Abdul Basil Abdullahi. In fact, Nanado is suffering from political constipation. He has nothing to offer Ghanaians. Nanama, the most useless president. Don. This Nanado government there, in fact, we have all regretted for voting for this. I won't use that word, which is not good. They spent 12 years in opposition, so they came to recoup their investments. Ghanaians made a big mistake, Nanado. Anyway, there's been a lot, which we will summarize everything and maybe talk about it. Call out, wait here, sorry, but someone a friend, not free. Hello. Caller.
Mohammed Apiedu.
Oh, Mohammed Apiedu, Ishak Mohammed Apiedu. Ishak Nuyama, Sheikh Nuyama family, yes. 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 Yo, yeah, that was it.
DPP, NDC, opposition for Kenya. I buy no official idea war, you know, or move can't papa amano. It's the best here, say. I bet me the near many three, you know, when you say I buy the Robert Nassau Ghana, dear mano. 2 terms, may you win the Juma or the Aye. 4 terms in the day, and for a 1 term of them. Then MPP for Omajuma or Moye, to the Venezuela Ghana for honest day. The Rebecca will become Momiama 8 years. 8 years, you know, I don't know a decision every. Because one district, one amount for can a year, you know, and yet it is for 4 years, about the completely winning in a. The necessary amount for one.
Yebeti, the Namika say. Ubeka Bibi afa Zongo development, and how things are going for the Zongo development.
Zongo development, they were not lending hard to Zongo.
Okay. Anyway, Obi, I manya text message. He says they need counseling for Zongo youth, such as mental health support for our youth in disarray. They need intervention such as early child learning and parent-teacher support for their mothers who care about the Zongo youth. But sometimes they find youth due to how schools perceive the Zongo youth. So, in a nutshell, he's trying to say that they need support for the Zongo development. But there is a Zongo development there, which your sister is part of it.
Yeah, Zongo for education. Because education, you know, I'm saying, woman, you need to attend the nobody will ever hear not Zongo for you.
But my question is, Ahmed, my question is, what Swami? And yes, Zongo, na Omo Makano Mo Swami Hono. Do you think say they don't need help? Now, okay, say Zongo, for example, Alaba no, and yet Zongo Nkwa, then the Ashtown Crown, some part of it fall there. So then what happened to their areas as well?
In America, no, Omina is Yamua. Ghana, no, Jay, because Zongo, Omina is Yamua. And the whole a minor Dahono. The idea is Yamua. To Zongo for Omina Emua. You be jam my panelists, no more debate. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. At here for way so no, and then the program no bar anymore because of say some technical issues be. And Tinama we what this front partner here of the studio no. Normally the studio inside near but and then your front partner because of some technical issues inside and Tina one of you know. Studio 3 technical issues was studio 3 and Tina nafi no studio 2 so near your program be on then it couldn't fit in so well, so we have to be using here.
Social distance.
Thank you. In your final analysis of everything, because of time and everything, it seems like say our viewers are also enjoying the program, you know. So in a nutshell, no, for example, looking at Ghanaian youth, you heard Ghana youth, you heard the future of Ghana, and I mean the world analysis now. Your age, you know, the combine Ghana, no, 19.1 years. Okay, say, it means a young age.
Yes.
How does the future, no, for Ghana, no, where is it? You know, if we there, the future, Nanado fulfilled his promise for Ghanaians, and his promises for Ghanaians to Ghanaians, and then Odizevo another 4 years. You know, to carry on as Mohammed was saying, Mohammed Apiedu was saying. What is your view about that?
Yeah, I don't know where he had those ideas from, because the agreement, you know, they say you could talk about December, 4 years, and yeah, 8 years, 4 years. The 4 years there was so. It is a big fun who can say 8 years. That person is talking from his own bedroom. We can excuse him. He's not talking seriously. I mean. If this government were here, the people know they will vote them in. The people here. If it's not sufficient, they vote them out because promises are the man. It's very unlikely that they can deliver all. That is a dangerous thing to do, knowing very well that you cannot give us a factory in every district, which is about 213 districts or so. Factories, you know, Yehui, dam and the one dam, one village, and all that. I understand some of the dams they are dry, so it was not planned properly. John, these things, you know, now we have 4 years, December, more another time. That is a joke. But
Obri Yeboah.
Yes.
Obri Boahin. What he said, you know, or say, if MPP don't come to power again, he's going to kill himself. Because he feels that the achievement and the success, you know, is so much. And he feels that Nanado has made a big difference for us as a country.
Oh, but you see, that's an African thing. You're going to kill yourself. It's not serious. He's not serious.
He's not serious.
No, come on. I mean, so the on-cham baby, or overstay on 7th of December. I'll make sure he kisses himself that day. It's what I mean. I mean, someone.
Yeah, you heard about 7 December.
Support, you know, an address. You know, yeah, talk off in this war. So suicide no coming to. We are there not to. Do you understand? He's not taking seriously. Ghana doesn't depend upon somebody's life. Do you understand? You can't some papa who say who boku. Who can you know Ghana? Do you understand?
Yeah.
But
This is Ghana.
what I'm saying is that you ask that question.
Yeah.
Finally, what we need
Yes.
is that is from the point of view of Progressive People's Party. We believe in national developmental agenda. We are talking of agriculture. If you look at agriculture, farmers, I saw they still use the hoe to weed, which is primitive.
Yenya Ghana call, Yenfa Ghana call. Yemamu watu asubi. Bacha call a one friend after friend.
Yeah, Nana watching you, Dakula.
Oh, Mr. Nanabuachi, you won't catch a pow.
Nothing now, my baby, ja Liverpool for team 5-3
Oh, and what you see Liverpool and Chelsea against us? Ah, Mr. Nanabuachi, your number one program.
Liverpool Guyamanora, Papa Lampard, catch I'm your catch Lampard, no permanent on the back and no mama. Yes, I'm by you to ask.
Now, and you ready?
Are you ready? Matchamana, our panel members, I think that the whole discussion is never very late, but I'm teaching Vikaka. But I never quite if you are a cafe, you're of mine, and your political party, you're and one of your colleagues, maybe, say, Yemman and Nadu, 8 years, name in my pa, which Ghana Constitution, Emma Omanpanibia 4 years. It will present to manifesto and yet 8 years and 4 good years. The basic is one cash Oma. Now, besides, will be said, young cancer go development. And out of buy idea of room with the toilet 13,800 and that toilet development or the Akuzum sports toilet.
Are you saying, sir, Nana Dubai, no idea why you Zungo in terms of Zungo development and any toilet?
Why you do Zungo, sir? Because the pictures
well, how let me answer that.
Zongo Minister Air Commission. What are they to IBBA or Yanya Tikumanum? I am a Mundi, then you teach down in the Shifa. Nana or Monomodi, Ope, one of the presidents, Abaka, Wasapa, Olinanadua, Piano, the youth of this country, they are too young for that.
Oh no,
it's gone off.
Well, yeah, Mr. Yeah,
I need to go. So, because we believe in national development agenda. Now, Ghana, we got a vast area, uncultivated land. From Saudi Arabia, I saw near the door. Because a primitive. And today, 2020, you use a soda.
Into final analysis.
So we need to mechanize system of agriculture. That's what we need in the whole of Ghana, that vast area. We need that national development agenda. That is by legislation in Parliament. We will all agree the agenda. So if any government comes, it chose it before we can input your own agenda, because we will do that agenda in the interest of the whole Ghana. So. And see, government be up, you do his bit 4 years.
Closing remarks
is that people should talk to the NPP administration to pay Dr. Indom and other banks or businesses who return their licenses to them.
Now,
because
people should tell, or you are telling?
No, they should tell. His own people should tell him.
Well, look at here.
Only when they are following you, or if it was a peraka, as some Jay Yakupana, now come on, watch it. But they should tell this government.
What must I repeat? Listen, listen,
say you or Nura. That's I say. Mimza kokubim ba otase.
Adana mintiase.
Nam das.
Adana ye onse mintiase.
Na mi show ni ma wontiase.
Na ni body mi ehwe woni woni.
So no be some no say cause you want at least what I say. So we want that agenda to take place. So Ghana yen talk out. we want that agenda to take place, but it's about time that our party, our party, it's about time to accept a third voice in Parliament. Only which me are you know. Like NDC and MPP, I won't say you don't go too far because they have ruled us for 42 years. Fourth Republic.
Yes.
We have been ruled for 42 years. Bring us in, accept us.
So at some point, you know, Yanni Parkos in Dumbekasa, right? On this program, we want to talk to him. We want to know his vision for the party. Manifesto about.
Oh no, MPP were forwarding by NDC were forwarding by MPP. I'm not sure they will bring a manifesto because manifesto although one year which may. Oh, is it so? I don't. We will disallow them to bring a new manifesto. Apart from sword cutting and all that, we don't want to know anything like that. But manifesto Hankasadi, yes, MP manifesto now man, it's perfect. One bomb another 1 year will deliver my hand. And so a new manifesto comes.
Okay, they should finish this one first.
Yes, that's right. Okay. By the time they finish, they'll be out of government anyway. Because
analysis. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Manifesto no the Mr. Yosin Khan within 4 years your record has been very impressive. There are a number of policies that you go to deliver on Americana. It's a long list of them in all the various sectors. If we take health, for example, provinces like 30, you deliver 65, aka 35. So your security, for example, you deliver 70, aka 30. And as you go deliver, so for youth and sports, you go deliver now. You deliver about 79%. On social development, you go deliver, and you deliver about 70%. I got 30. So there is enough reason to suggest that the current Akufo-Addo administration has done better, and will need that 4 years, that round two, that the next 4 years for Nana to be able to complete some of these policies. Of course, the policy about free SHS, I benefit every Ghanaian. Obi anyhow, Ghana need be any who bet me sip him. And then necessity who say free SHS policy, and your policy I am beneficial. I mean, on that basis, I only fair say, you bokoso about the rules, by Numa Banano. It's been fantastic. There has been no government, okay, I set up 181 factories, and now it's all your Hunyuma. In Kuroba, you set up 100 solid factories. And do compare, like I said, the next government, or the best would have been the current Nanado, Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and a Bamiyan ticket. Yeah, for 1D1F, 181 factories, which are at various stages. You know, so 58 are fully operational. And you know, the beauty with this 181 factories is that if we're able to get them all up to speed at the time, youth employment, factories where you youth. And of course, with the free SHS, the quality of the workers out, will be better off. It means corporate insurance, a better form, which means they can save more money in terms of their profitability. And we have every case. I think we have made the case tonight. Say John Mahama, he's not somebody we need to consider as another president, because his own personal management of the Ghana finances, the economy, in Sikasem has been very, very negative. Also, infrastructure, but the jobs were not coming. The debt was rising. There was more borrowing compared to the Nana Akufo-Addo, where we have of all the flagship policies. And no bisa kwalakra say, at the end of Nana Bawaya, all guys will go back and free stitches, or back and planting for food. Also, use ambulance being in Namahano, Matisse say, Nanado Dankwan de buy. These are policies that have direct impact. Imagine, say, even Corona time, you got any ambulances now, and how bad our case would have been. And I said, you know, in terms of transporting people and ferrying people around. And the viewers now, and we'll continue to urge Ghanaians, say, you can register, you can protect your home. You can go about coming 7 December, near Trobana, you so His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo for round 2. Because we know, say, our province is in, so you protect your two abamano now or transfer for the next 4 years. Now MPP transfer for the next 20 years. Ghana will be a different place. NDC have had the opportunity already from 1981, ex-President Rawlings' time, by with President Mills, President Mahama. They have nothing else to offer. So we need to move Ghana to a different level, and that is why we need the current MPP administration. Thank
you. Ozu.
Yeah, Mr. Kula. I think so can rewind as Mr. say Obekuno home if says NDC.
Yes.
I mean,
because
election,
if you said Nanado has done a lot for Ghana and he's been praised around the world.
Yeah.
And he feels Ghana is in the right path for in the 21st century, you know. And so if say MPP and Timia win election in India, Nanado as president, he's going to kill himself.
When was a lawyer? On the chambers of Sunyani. I bring your chambers.
Why soon are we free?
Free. Deputy General Secretary for MPP Local Assessment. We want here mental health assessment.
Mr. Osu Child, yeah, 7 okay.
Yes. Me say Oblibuan here mental health assessment. Or say call here na dream.
Why?
What can be that? Say Ghana, what kind of public service so kun we see echew. You call your dream.
Okay.
So this am no.
Okay.
Say who Deputy General Secretary assessment we are. I was say call here na dream.
So are you saying he needs a mental health assessment?
Yes.
Because of risk.
Yes, risk because as I know say be an abandoned mo ka say mri be o ka say na ban no mo ko jiska bi adi ama mo kan ho say mri be so be ka ya. I don't say na no say nyen ko no be kan say mo ko post meeting bi ama ye twa sika bi mo mudi. Papa we kan asma Mzekula. Mamu say question bi. Won so bubu ahin. We gina MPP platform aye campaign da. Won so bubu ahin akọ TV so na say akọ ready say okoye program o studio da. Ni bibia say o studio bia o phone so near Fenoni Chambers, no 12 no corner babes. I know. In 2008 elections, Oblibuan can the same thing, but NDC won. And to me say, Oblibuan will hear mental health assessment.
Well, yeah, but remember na so we
Mati. Because about we anima we nyina and portfolio so mu job na utimi kan wan say. And can buy NDC MPP about power. Ya say e bia brownfo Mono East what you say afo na nka how dey ato because ho na wo free want me anka wanya bibia nka say MPP lose power wo be sha wo kun ho eh and I bring your chamber 7 January 7 December e the poison back in the office near when say do any party lose so e man no because can Japan can the same thing you didn't say that in collect Ghana 40 youth who are we are mentors omo show now kasa asemu ya e o se ehwe na dwunim Mzekula me no wo kan about 1D one down one district nanu ya survey northern part of Ghana it's about 90% of the dam nyanye 90% of farm for for UK and any sa farmers no kwese research no Mzekula nyem na make about research e buy etini sani me ba nyina no na be twa ntro say ya ye o sa be cause one yes over 100 and something district factories I want fa I want he me free brown from say tan so the trap bricks your bricks factory individuals na ye na ku fara ku twa so on this factory ni buy me wan say brick factory ni buy man me no ka say Mzekula na ye ngome me ni ye ngome people are building that brick factory no and some twa ntro. So
you found analysis ni say
the final analysis ni say Ghana for say Supreme Court has say yen register no obi ankoto aba so papa o maame o fa adwuma bank na lose no job wa mo abunfu na ko register na to aba pa so unua wo lose no job unua nyeme nkoye so unua contract ni ska ka bank a wo kunu ho a mo abunfu na ko to aba pa na ku fa do ba so mo ba be wia o makum no masai yasem ne se ye fra ban mu eniema NDC edi bu akwan mu energy sector financial sector education me say ye sokuma ekufu ada why o man ne basasa no me ya na mi nwanwa
thank you
hwe ukwa atobo gas ya over 1 billion infrastructure 1 billion project ya edi to
thank you
and hwe ECG your PDS na do PDS nkwa omo dra flaster house omo yesa say na do ge ya chi no street na ke twa ne ma na chi.
Okay, thank you very much. Koku, where there? Minister of your analysis, but Obri Ebuadian. Obribuahin. So Obribuahin. What is your say about that? Obribuahin. That what Mr. Usu Echan is saying is that he need an immediate assessment, mental health assessment.
That's his view. It is entitled to his own view. There's no even need to argue about this, to be honest. Obribuahin has made a statement. He believes strongly the MPP will win. and he's made that statement. But I think that's it, to be honest. There's
Thank
no
you.
need to go into it. I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, I don't see why, if anyone needs a mental assessment, it will be the incompetent NDC officers and not the people behind. But
yeah, thank you. Yeah, the massive be for now to close up no. And the program no I very interesting and challenging. We will continue next week. Now answer no. Yeah, well, a number of sponsors, and we are also looking for sponsorship. So, person sponsor program here, please call us. The number is on the screen. Call us, and we will take it from there. Base, one of our sponsors. Now, Base, help in terms of building people up for entrepreneurial skills, and after coaching and mentoring, into help people to become a successful entrepreneur. They provide very great skills. They have vision and determination to support people through coaching and mentoring. The number is on the screen. Jackie Obin, who is CEO of Base. And I feel so no word remit, one of our sponsors. Now, if you want to send Sika Sebia, or you call Ghana, and now you call Babia, or call apps, so like I said, what download do for money transfer. In fact, only a reliable until you won't download you or where you saw Mr. Wa, you make us say, I'll bet my year. Or call apps and I just what download do or say, I'll send this car. Very reliable, fast, efficient, and secure. And I feel so no Wonderland, you know, also no Base. Number of your community, no young guys in the whole base. So open a pure a car, honomco. We nya appeal ho fine pa de share pa hot one. Afi so no omo ye aduane wo ho. Aduane bi a ope bia bi wo ho no. Wache specialist, Wache center. Afi upe odie huo, upe mutuo, upe bibia jollof rice. Bibia ope bia ne de ka ho. Ukọ ho a say from Monday to Sunday they are there. Also no betimi akwakonya de ope bia. Upe so ye shopping so omo bibia bi ho Ghana nuane bibia ho. I feel so. Cosmet Cocktails, so one of our sponsors. We hear Cosmet Cocktails, we hear screen as well. Omuni and no binio. On him, John. Why, she F.A. Akono Crackeke. Watch it. Munam on Nambi Bromo ye fish in Bibia, do crony Bibia, Upibiano. Don't look anywhere. Would ye Omunoman so ever. Now watch it joint is the yes or no. Ain't Cosmet Cocktails and so who hear oma ubeti me a contact you the number no able to screen so number no screen which is 077-382-85316. Omo no uye bibi ofia ofre omo beba afi so no omo timi ye aduane na wa akofa omo ye takeaways na ade ubeti me ye aduane for cater for party or any special occasion bia. I have to say omo aduane ye de then I will recommend for Ubia, wow, we bibia, fancy bia. Don't look anywhere, just look for Cosmet Cocktails. Thank you, Damasi. Bibre say ne more joining in for this program. You be home next week on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. CEO Yadawase, Jobedu and Sister Danswa, and it's been very difficult due to all the technical difficulties you're experiencing. Good night.